that, it's not only the student athletes and the programs that we're committed to, but it's also the teachers. And we understand that educators have a very hard job, and we want to be able to reward them and recognize them where we can. And a lot of teachers are coaches, and they go above and beyond their normal working hours, and they work with kids outside of school. And so for Country Financial to be able to work with them and recognize them, it's very important to us. And to go beyond that, to be able to even provide some discounts for teachers is another way that we like to help out. So I went to Normal Community West High School. I played football, ran track myself. As a young athlete, you didn't really recognize what the impacts were that IHSA had on you until you get older and you see those different things that you could work through, just the different adversity and teamwork and hard work. And so being able to give back to that, recognizing and understanding that, I think it's important to continue sports for students, student athletes. We're approaching our 100-year anniversary as a company, and we've always just stayed committed to maintaining those local and small town relationships. But we are a big enough company that we have that capacity to provide protection in large cities like Chicago. We look at our core clients being homeowners, farmers, and small business owners, and we want to stay true to that and continue that commitment. For more information, you can go to countryfinancial.com and find a local rep and information about the company if you have any questions. And we look forward to continue our relationship with IHSA.
The sun is getting ready to set on Hancock Stadium, but we've got two more games today. Kickoff between Montini Catholic and Monticello in the 3A title game right around the corner.
We're going to need more fuel. A renewable way to get that fuel instead of relying on foreign countries for petroleum. We can just grow our own fuel. Our fields are literally full of energy.
Coughing and throat feeling sore? We've got medication to get you out the door. Earache, pink eye, bug bite, or rash? Our wonderful staff will treat you in a flash.
What about sprains, strains, and minor fractures too?
Don't worry, our x-rays reveal what's hidden from view. Need care after 9, 10, or 11? Our virtual care's got you 24/7. OSF on-call urgent care, in person or virtual, we're always there.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
Every year, the Whiffles family celebrates the season the best way they know how. And every year, they add a little something new. After all this time, you'd think all that extra work put into every last detail would get old. Well, think again. Whiffles Hybrids. Season's greetings from our U.S. farm family to yours.
We're going to need more fuel. A renewable way to get that fuel instead of relying on foreign countries for petroleum. We can just grow our own fuel. Our fields are literally full of energy.
The 3A title game is coming up next. Montini Catholic and Monticello on the way.
Is college not what you thought it was going to be? Here's an opportunity to work with your hands as well as your mind. Learn how to insulate mechanical systems in the industrial and commercial industries. With the Heat and Frost Insulators Local 17, you get to earn while you learn through our apprenticeship program. After 5 years, you'll finish with no debt, money in the bank, and you'll be on your way towards a pension. Scan the QR code and apply today, or visit our website to learn more.
Tomorrow, I'll be making a difference in the classroom. Tonight, I'll be making memories with the dance team.
I'm expressing myself with my poetry and with my hands.
I'm providing for my patients and for my community.
At NIU, you'll go places as unique as you, with the resources and support to get you there. Join us and start writing your story today.
The future of cool, comfortable sleep is here. Introducing the new Sleep Number Climate Cool Smart Bed, the only smart bed in the world that actively cools and effortlessly adjusts to both of you. Sleep up to 15 degrees cooler on each side. It actively cools by drawing warm air away from your body to keep you cool and comfortable throughout the night. Our smart sleepers get 28 minutes more restful sleep per night. And now save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed, plus free home delivery when you add a base. Shop a Sleep Number store near you.
Marshall Harris, Edgy Tim O'Halloran here in studio in Chicago. Let's get you back out to Hancock Stadium for that 3A title game we promised you. Dave, Mark, take it away.
Thank you very much, Marshall. Glad to have you with us. And you just saw a 47-0 game. Well, one of those numbers, 0, is something the Montini defense is very capable of doing. This is a unit that can really put the clamps on people.
Well, they put their hats to the football, Dave. They are a team that is destined to be tough defensively. And then on the other side, you need some big plays if you're the Sages. No doubt about that.
And Ike Young leads the way at quarterback for Monticello.
Yeah, he's a dynamic dual-threat quarterback. He runs the show. This senior captain can spin it. He throws for over 3,100 yards and has run it for over 1,100. He has an amazing day, 49 touchdowns accounted for, a 3-sport standout, and an all-stater. He shines on defense as well. And then for Montini, they have a good one of their own. Izzy Abrams, their fine quarterback. He's a talented athlete. He moves with fluid feet, and he has deceptive speed. He's hit on 64% of his passes, but even better yet, he has an interception to touchdown ratio, 24 touchdowns to 3. Coming off a brilliant semifinal performance with 4 touchdown strikes, he's playing at a really high level right now for the Broncos.
Well, this is that game, the third game of the day, where dusk starts settling in. The daylight turns to lights. Well, speaking of lights, let's go back to our studios. That's where Marshall Harris and Edgy Tim are standing by.
Dave, Mark, we've had plenty of highlights all day. We hope those continue through 3A and then 4A. Until then, we will see you at halftime. Dave and Mark will have the first half of the 3A title game, Montini, Monticello, coming up next.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can go from player to coach, from the ground to the sky.
So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of Salukis. Capture this moment and go forward together.
Epic Black Friday deals at Menards are back. Pick up this 12-volt cordless drill kit for only $9.99. Get a dual-head LED work light with tripod for just $14.99. Secure big savings on a 4-pack ratchet strap set, now just $4.97. Or snag these giant 54-inch snow tubes for only $9.99 each. Hurry in for best selection. Don't miss out. These deals won't last long.
Save big money at Menards.
It's time for Christmas at Cantini. A time for laughter and joy. A time for cherished moments by coming together with the ones you love. Be awed by twinkling lights. Feel the thrill of gliding on ice. And enjoy the cozy warmth of s'mores by the fire. Cherish the moments together this holiday season at Christmas at Cantini. Get your tickets at cantini.org.
The IHSA, committed to keeping student-athletes safe. Through educational initiatives and national partnerships, we're going the distance to develop safer protocols for our teams. Plus, we continue to improve scheduling and conditioning to reduce injuries from preseason through each state championship. 31 sports, 350,000 student athletes, and one goal, player safety. The IHSA, the future plays here.
Getting ready for football at Hancock Stadium, the 3A title game between Montini and Monticello. But before we do that, let's take a breath and relax and see how we got here. We're halfway through the day, Edgy. We've got a couple of games that are already wrapped up. Althoff Catholic with a 57-14 dominant win, and then Chicago Christian with a shutout.
Again, two games kind of lopsided. Let's have a good, tight, close game here. How about it?
If not that, let's get some more records broken that we saw in the first game with guys like De'Air Hill Jr. getting the job done on a 7-touchdown day. All right, enough from here in the studio. We know you want the action. Let's get it back out to Dave and Mark. Guys?
All right, Marshall, I think we can handle that for you as long as Montini and Monticello cooperate, and why not? Here we are back at Hancock Stadium. Dave Bernhardt along with Mark Lindo. 3A football will have the 4A game following this. But for Monticello, you talk about how they got here. You have to win 4 games to get here to the state championship ball game. And for Monticello, the Sages, you talk about drama. They have made it happen this year to put themselves in that spot. They are ready to take the field. And they were inches away on a couple of occasions of not even making it here. How so? Here's who they defeated on their way to Normal. You take a look at the first games. DuQuoin, Williamsville, no problem. Benton and Tolono Unity, that came down to the final play in each of those games. And on the other side, for Montini, they had an easy route in terms of how they handled opponents. They come to the field. Both these teams, by the way, taking the field in the state championship game for the first time since 2018. But for Montini, they disposed of all their opponents handily except for, yes, that second-round game against Byron. That came down to inches to put the Broncos into this championship ball game. So, Mark, you take a look at what these two teams are bringing to this. You've got some teams that, by the razor's edge, they're here, but they're ready to go.
Living on the edge, but you know what? You make defensive plays at the end of football games. That's what catapults you to a championship. We got two teams that have been through those wars, and that will bode well for them tonight in this championship game experience.
All right, let's roll on. We'll take a break. When we come back, you've got your 3A championship ball game. They're the Monticello Sages taking on the Broncos from Montini, live from Hancock Stadium at Illinois State University.
The IHSA Football State Championships are brought to you in part by Country Financial. Worry less and feel more confident with insurance designed to meet your specific needs. Visit countryfinancial.com to experience more today.
Coughing and throat feeling sore? We've got medication to get you out the door. Earache, pink eye, bug bite, or rash? Our wonderful staff will treat you in a flash.
What about sprains, strains, and minor fractures too?
Don't worry. Our x-rays reveal what's hidden from view. Need care after 9, 10, or 11? Our virtual care's got you 24/7. OSF on-call urgent care. In person or virtual. We're always there.
Every year, the Whiffles family celebrates the season the best way they know how. And every year, they add a little something new. After all this time, you'd think all that extra work put into every last detail would get old. Well, think again. Whiffles Hybrids. Season's greetings from our U.S. farm family to yours.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
We're going to need more fuel. A renewable way to get that fuel instead of relying on foreign countries for petroleum. We can just grow our own fuel. Our fields are literally full of energy.
Hancock Stadium for the second consecutive year, the home of your Class 3A championship. Happy to have you with us alongside Mark Lindo. I'm Dave Bernhardt, our third member of our broadcast crew, battling through the 22-degree temperature. Feels like 10, winds out of the west at 15. Casey Standahar handling all of that. Casey.
Well, hey, Dave, good for you to finally join us. Thanks so much. Well, sometimes the thing that you resist the most ends up finding its way back to you, right? Montini head coach Mike Bukowski knows a thing or two about that. He has a long history at this program, but he originally didn't want to be here. When he was a student years and years ago, his mother convinced him just to try Montini for one semester and see how it goes. But he wanted to go to Hinsdale South with the rest of his friends. And guys, the rest is history. He went there, and that's the joke now in his family. 45 years later, he hasn't left. I guess sometimes mother knows best, right?
Indeed. His 7th season as the head coach at Montini, and his team will get the ball first. Monticello winning the toss, chose to defer to the second half. It will be Nolan Bennycamper to kick off for the Sages from Monticello. 11-2 on the season under head coach Cully Welter. And as we said, Mike Bukowski, he as well has his team with an 11-2 record.
Special teams going to be a very important third aspect of this football game today. See what kind of field position the Broncos get on their initial possession of the state championship game.
You're looking at JoJo James. He's deep along with C.J. Hawkins. Monticello winning the 3A title in 2018. Montini in 2018 finished runner-up in 5A, and James will take it just inside the 5-yard line. To the 15 and 20. James picks his way through. He's going to get nearly up to the 30-yard line. Today's starting lineups are presented by OSF, and our starting lineups on the offensive side for Montini. We talked about Izzy Abrams. Jeremiah Peterson is a load. Keep an eye on Santonio Florio. He is dynamic. And on the offensive line, it's a big offensive line. You get a good look at him there. Number 70, J.C. Hayes, makes his team go up front.
Florio in the slot to start things. They're going to try to give him 6 to 8 targets at least.
Go Peterson up the middle. Big gain on first down. He's near the 45-yard line. It was Jeremiah Peterson that broke a long touchdown run on the second play of the semifinal win over Coal City a week ago.
Yeah, that was a 56-yarder. He had a big time ball game, 142 yards in that semifinal.
Now Abrams to throw. He'll step up to the outside, and he has room there. To the 40, 35, 30, gets a block. Abrams cuts it up to the 20. He's inside the 10, first and goal. Two explosive plays to start this game for the Broncos.
That's the kind of athleticism he indeed does have. This play breaks down. Watch him go through his progressions. Check, check, check. Feet are moving. Eyes are downfield. A little bit of shake, a little bit of bake, and then he does a thing. He's just gliding down the sideline, picking up a stalk block, and puts his team deep into the red zone at the 8, knocking on the door very early on. That's the kind of athletic ability that nice 6'3" sophomore has. What a great frame at 190.
48 yards on the run, brings it to the 8-yard line, first and goal from there. And just as Abrams is ready to go, the clock goes to 0, and that's going to be a delay of game. It did take a long time to try to get things settled.
Good ball, delay of game, offense.
Back it up to the 13-yard line, first and goal from there.
So what Abrams does, he takes advantage of this little timeout. Loss of 5 yards, but a gain of 1 coaches conference. Went over Coach Bukowski, and this play was sent in directly from coach to quarterback.
Harkins splits to the left. Tenuto lines up from the right, now to the left. Staying the ground at Peterson. Peterson bangs his way forward. He gets the penalty yardage back and a little bit more. He'll be just inside the 5. Jeremiah Peterson's 861 yards rushing on the season, averages 6.7 yards per carry.
So we went 21 personnel. That means 2 backs, 1 tight end. JoJo Johnson at the at the left back, and he followed his runner right through the hole into the goal line, just a bit short, but Montini with a good pickup after the first down.
Early sideline warning, and there are your officials. You just heard from Brian Kuffel, the referee, Aaron Lane, the linesman, Kurt Kuffel, the umpire, Dan Held, and Tim Irvin round out the officiating crew for this 3A championship game. Florio split to the bottom left. Get a look from the end zone. Powering through, touchdown. That was easy. Jeremiah Peterson, a 5-yard touchdown run.
Boy, Peterson, a bruiser at 220 pounds as he hit Pater. He goes straight downhill. Square shoulders off the right side of his line. Jezik the center. Matus at the right guard. And it was power football for the Broncos for the first score of the game. Well-executed drive.
Looking for the extra point. This one is up and through. Give those points to Owen Berberich. 4 plays, 70 yards. That's all it took for the Broncos.
Yeah, the big one, of course, was the scamper on the broken play by Abrams. That was the most explosive play in that situation. They got behind the sticks at the 5-yard line, got a penalty, but then no, it was just smash mouth football. Jeremiah Peterson playing straight downhill.
So Montini takes advantage of Monticello saying we'll defer until the second half. They just march it right down the field. The big play, 48-yard run. A scramble from Israel Abrams.
Peterson coming off that ball game in the semifinal. When you get 142 in the semis and a long touchdown run of 56, you come right back. You know there's good symmetry between you and your offensive line, feeding off each other. You know, a great back can make an average offensive line look good, but an average offensive line can make a great back look good. So you can help each other out. And when both are working in unison, you got something special.
Berberich will roll it along the ground, bobbled momentarily, picked up by Foreign. It's Carter Foreign. Let's take a look at the starting lineups offensively for Monticello, brought to you by OSF. Your quarterback is Ike Young. We talked about Ike Young. Carter Foreign, he's a factor as well, record holder in terms of receiving yards for Monticello. Nolan Bennicamper is all over this field. Now the offensive line, they'll have their work cut out for him against a dynamic defensive front. Sam Burson on the right side, Mason Hyde. Young, time in the pocket. Over the middle to Foreign. Carter Foreign, 1,739 yards this year. That's a Monticello record. That is his 108th reception of the year.
Pretty amazing. Got a 84-yard touchdown catch in the quarterfinal. So you can see he's got the ability to do intermediate routes. That was just a little skinny post on first down out of the pistol. On time, on target was their fine quarterback, Ike Young.
There's Bennicamper split wide to the left. Ball on the ground, not much yardage there. And your defensive starting lineup presented by OSF for Montini. Again, this is a defense that has been absolutely outstanding in the playoffs. They have only allowed 13 points, their biggest number, and that came against Byron. Jackson Lane, the leader in the inside. Santino Tenuto will go both ways. Young on a delay. Had an opening. It's closed up in a hurry.
So what they've done their first 3 plays, more likely in script, meaning they had already pre-decided what they're doing. They get a first down pass to Foreign. Then they have a quarterback power, and then they have a quarterback delay. All 3 of those plays probably in script. What I mean by that is they've already decided what they're going to run before trying to see how the defense can react. Montini at 3-2 right now.
They'll try the middle and turned away.
So Montini defense, unbelievable. They've only given up 9 points a game. And check this out. They've only been giving up more than 3 touchdowns once all year long. So every possession is valuable when you're playing the Broncos.
Third down and long. Foreign stays in the backfield. He'll get the handoff. Immediate contact, and he'll be dropped for a loss of about 1.5 yards. Number 52, Douglas Mateo. Big guy, 6'3", 325. Here it is.
Watch the hole close down quickly. They pull the guard from the weak side. Mateo just, boom, just closes that gap. Couldn't get the defensive end out of there. And they force the punt.
Benny Camper, a high floating snap, just gets it away. Florio is deep. They kick it away from him. It takes a friendly Monticello roll. There's a flag back, however, right where Benny Camper kicked the ball. And this could be significant. The ball is down at about the 10-yard line after a 46-yard punt, but there's the flag. It would not be enough for a first down if it's just a 5-yard penalty.
High snap. Montini thought they had a chance to block that kick.
Personal foul on defense, roughing the kicker. Automatic first down.
There you go. So the first down on the penalty will walk it out to inside the 50-yard line.
So watch the high snap. There's the high snap. And not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. Montini shirts coming in to have an opportunity to block that football. But if you don't get it, no contact can be made. And they went the large variety, 15 yards, and the Sages moved the sticks and churned some clock.
And number 9, Nick Urion, wanted to pull up. He couldn't do it. And that gives the Sages some life. And it appears as if Monticello will take a timeout. They have a first down from the 44-yard line of Montini. They are chasing 7. We'll step aside for a moment. This is 3A championship football from Hancock Stadium and the IHSA TV network.
All right, let's go. I'll shop for the kids and you get something for the dog.
Sounds good. Let's do this.
Whether you're shopping for gifts or something for yourself.
Don't forget toys for the dog.
Rush in for Black Friday deals at Menards that everyone will love. Because when they're gone, they're gone.
Save big money at Menards.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can go from player to coach, from the ground to the sky.
So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of Salukis. Capture this moment and go forward together.
The IHSA Football State Championships are brought to you in part by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs. And by SIU Carbondale. Imagine the possibilities.
There you see Cully Welter, the head coach for Monticello, right in the middle of that. He has one state championship with Monticello. He won 3 state titles with the Lido in the late 90s and early 2000s. And he's here once again. The keys to the game are brought to you by Southern Illinois University Carbondale. Imagine the possibilities.
Yeah, how about Monticello? Be explosive. Montini is such a great defense. It's tough to tire out against them, so you have to hit a couple long balls. And then ground halt on defense. Montini averages 5.9 yards per carry on offense. The Sages have to do a better job to get them to second and third down. For Montini, eye candy. They want to move the offense, different shifts, different looks to confuse the Monticello defense and then create a crowd, something they do quite often. See all those maroon shirts? They want a whole bunch of them around the football each and every time Monticello has the ball in their possession.
First down for the Sages. Benny Camper in motion left. Ike Young to Corn. To Benny Camper, back to Foreign. He needs a block. He's able to get one. Foreign squirts inside the 35-yard line.
So a little bit of chicanery, if you will. the throwback and then the double throwback. They end up getting the ball back in forward's hands. One of their best skilled players. Good job with that. There's a handoff. There's a double handoff. There's the throwback. And how about Montini? Pretty good job staying at home. See, there's 3 shirts there. 1 missed tackle, which great players make you miss in space. And if you're a good offensive coordinator, that's what you want. Playmakers in space.
That will move the ball to the 31-yard line. And Monticello put 3 receivers to the left. Play action from Young. Delivers it on the money. Short gain, maybe about 4 yards on the pickup. He went that time to Russ Brown, his tight end, 6'1", 190-pounder. Brown with his 31st catch of the year.
So Montini is a base 3-5 team. They'll put 1 man on the nose right over the football, 2 inside linebackers, and they'll put an extra linebacker on the power side of the field, the strong side of the field.
Second down and workable. Needs 6 yards for a first down. Young to keep it. He's a leading rusher on this team. He made a cut and had his legs taken out from underneath him. Short gain, the stop, Nick Arion. Nick and Vince Arion, twins. The defensive backs for Montini. We got about a yard for Young. So we said Young, the leading rusher. He's gone over 1,000 yards this year at over 1,100 yards. In addition, as Mark mentioned earlier, throwing for almost 3,200.
4,290 total yards of offense. 49 touchdowns accounted for. Those are big-time numbers for a big-time player. 3-sport athlete. He plays some defense as well. And if you think he can throw the football, wait till you see him throw a baseball, right?
Yes. This will be a second timeout called by Monticello. That'll give us a chance. Midway through the first quarter of your 3A championship game, Montini scoring on its opening drive and a 7-0 lead.
Coughing and throat feeling sore? We've got medication to get you out the door. Earache, pink eye, bug bite, or rash? Our wonderful staff will treat you in a flash.
What about sprains, strains, and minor fractures too?
Don't worry. Our x-rays reveal what's hidden from view. Need care after 9, 10, or 11? Our virtual care's got you 24/7. OSF on-call urgent care, in person or virtual. We're always there.
We're going to need more fuel. A renewable way to get that fuel instead of relying on foreign countries for petroleum. We can just grow our own fuel. Our fields are literally full of energy.
Oh, yeah, we're bundled up with 22-degree temperatures. It feels like 10 degrees above, but the fans have been here all day long. This is the 3rd game out of 4 here on Friday. Earlier on today, we've had some big numbers. How about Althoff winning a state title, 57-14 over Lena Winslow, and then Chicago Christian rolled over Maroa Forsyth, shutting out the Trojans 47-0. Following this ball game, Mount Zion making his first ever appearance in the state championship game to take on DePaul College Prep. DePaul College Prep under that name making its first appearance. That's formerly Gordon Tech. And of course, 4 games again tomorrow. Well, this drive for Monticello, Mark, 4 runs and 4 passes. They've mixed it up, maybe more so than they normally do.
Yeah, good balance. They've really done a good job. They're very conscious right now of using the clock. 4 minutes and 37 seconds of time of possession. I see Mike Bukowski trying to enhance his defense right now in this 3rd down play. But I think what the Sages have done is use some clock. And what they want to do is keep Montini wear on their defense. That kind of defense we talked about, just wear on them, keep punching them. And usually it's a passing attack. Tonight it's been a little bit of balance on this drive.
So 2 timeouts called by Cully Welter in the first 6 minutes of this game.
Got a dead ball, illegal substitution on White.
And that is rough. Monticello, after the timeout, has an illegal substitution. And we'll back it up 5.
Yeah, they're trying to play with 12. That would give you a good advantage on 3rd down. They didn't get it done.
Need a little over 10 yards for a first down.
3-by-2 set. Watch him go to the bottom.
Here they come. And that did not come out of the hand cleanly for Young. He was looking for Foreign, and it will be fourth down.
Foreign, obviously the go-to guy. They had him they had trips to the left and twins to the right here. They tried to get out the ball out in space, and very uncharacteristic. Young short-armed that ball to the boundary side.
So the Sages will go for it here on fourth down.
Cover two deep safeties about 10 yards back for Montini.
Over the middle. And it is complete. Foreign gets underneath it and makes the grab. Carter Foreign. We're talking about some big games from Foreign. Second round against Williamsville. Caught 8 passes for 236 yards. 207 yards last week in the semis.
Good job by Young. And what a great catch by Foreign, because that ball was behind him. He turned his body, got the hands underneath the football. Great catch. And that was at twin safeties. They found the soft spot right in the middle of that zone. Big-time conversion with a big-time catch.
Monticello picking up 16 yards on a fourth down and 10. Young will take it straight up the gut inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, he followed his offensive line, but he also followed a really nice block by Hunter Romero. Romero, usually a fullback. He came and led through the hole. Nice job by Romero on the block. And there's that catch. Watch him turn around and get his hands underneath the football. He cuddled it in well, didn't he? No replays in high school football.
Here's the 12th play of the drive. Young looking for a block. Doesn't get one. He was trying to follow along the left side. Maybe got a yard.
Now Sam Burse was pulling and tried to get in front of him and just couldn't give an angle. Football's a game of angle, like most sports are. And if you have the right angle, you can make a play. If you don't, in that particular situation, the defense won.
Monticello's skill players all come to the sideline. The line stays where they are, so everybody in those skill positions gets the play call. Foreign motion, reverses. He'll angle over the middle, not there initially. Knocked down, knocked away. Excellent coverage on the play. C.J. Harkins, number 13.
That was man-to-man coverage by Harkins, and oh, what a play it was, because Florian went in motion, put on the brakes, kaboom, went back the other way. Now this is man coverage, pump fake, and watch him dive, get his right hand in. Really good job. He was playing out on an island by himself, and he makes the play.
Nolan Benningamper will attempt a 25-yard field goal, 6 of 10 field goal for Benningamper this season out of the hole to Foreign. Hits it. It sails wide right, so the long drive comes up empty for the Sages. It was a 13-play drive and no points to show for it.
So if you believe in moral victories, they just got one by ball control. But when you have a fine drive like that, you have to put points on board. Snap a little bit high. Hold got down. Benningamper did not get his leg through that football.
Montini with 4:12 to play in the first quarter will run their 5th play of the game. Last time they touched the ball, Peterson went in from 5 yards out. That's our score, 7-0. He will get it again. Big opening up the middle, bounce to the outside. Jeremiah Peterson on the move to the 40, stiff arms a man, stays in bounds in midfield, reverses his course, but he steps out of bounds just before he gets to midfield.
What an exhilarating run it was off the right side. He changed directions, agility, the ability to change directions quickly. And the big fella at 220 plants his foot in the turf after he came out of that first pile. Now watch the cut right there. And now he's going to cut back again after the stiff arm right there. He stepped out of bounds. But what an exciting play he is. A dynamic player downhill.
Peterson's carried the ball 4 times for 55 yards. This time they'll go quickly to the right side. A block to the outside. Down that right sideline, staying in bounds, and now out of bounds. Did he go out? Touchdown. Tiptoeing all the way through, C.J. Harkins. Another explosive, big-time play for the Broncos.
Big-time Montini with like 3 explosive already. The beneficiary of a great block their time was Harkins, who has 10 touchdowns on the year. What a great block it was downfield by Angelo DeCenzi, who really was the springboard for that explosive touchdown play. Broncos on a roll.
2 possessions, 2 scores, 2 extra points, 14-0. We still have 3:50 to play in the first quarter.
So they get the ball where they want it to Harkins on the outside. Harkins 6'2", 180. There's the quick release, the catch. Look at that block by 71. Knocked the corner right out of there. Harkins does the rest. Little stutter, little shake, little bake. Great balance on the outside. And then the cutback, and the celebration started at about the 10-yard line is Montini with some blitzkrieg scores. No doubt about it. Explosive plays. They've only had, 7 or 8 plays? Who cares? They have 14 points up on the big board.
That drive only used up 2 minutes and 4 seconds, and that came after a long drive, a 13-play drive for Monticello, came up empty. Izzy Abrams gets it out to his playmakers. And Mike Bukowski has to be feeling pretty good right now with under 4 minutes to play in the first.
Izzy Abrams had 4 touchdown passes in the semifinal. One other night after the semifinal, he told the media, we've worked so hard for this. This was our goal since January.
Sages to get their hand on the ball, but it will head into the end zone. They'll have to start from their 20, trailing 14-0. For Monticello, the road to normal is brought to you by the Illinois State Police. Integrity, service, pride. Not too far for Sages fans to travel, just a little bit southeast of Champaign. They make their way here to Hancock Stadium. And for Montini, hailing from Lombard, they will head down a familiar trip. This is a Montini team, a program that's been used to being here. 6 state championships, 3 times they finished runners-up. Well, now you almost get the feeling here for Monticello. They need that explosive play. Little chain mishap.
Yeah, that was one of my keys to the game, because it's hard to grind against Montini.
Over the middle to Hunter Romano. He has a first down out to the 38-yard line. 18-yard completion from Young to Romano.
Little play action pass, and then just a dump pass. Romano right smack dab in the middle of that Montini 3-5 defense. Found a false spot in the zone, dumped it off. Nice first down play.
Romano getting a little extra playing time because Matt Swartz, normal starter, banged up in the semifinal game, and that will be Young falling on the ball back to the 35-yard line, and that will be a loss of about 5. Monticello fans, we had a chance. This is Hancock Stadium. Just to the west, attached to this stadium, is Horton Fieldhouse. It's where Illinois State University used to play all their basketball games. Well, the IHSA has done a wonderful job setting up a fan area there. The Monticello fans were out in force. Nothing there. Ike Young was looking to pick his way through, and there was nothing to pick through. He gets to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You're talking about a Montini defense that is just so difficult. Why? They're strong, they're physical, and they keep their eyes. What do I mean by that? You always need to know where the ball's at. You can't follow movement. You can't follow shifts. You can't follow fakes. Keep your eyes. Great defenders do that. Montini's got a team full.
Looking for 14 yards on 3rd down. Young calm in the pocket. Horn has to go down to get it, but he is well short of the first down. Or make that Benny Camper with the catch. That will bring on the punting unit for the Sages. Last time they came on, it was roughing the kicker call. And it kept the drive alive for Monticello.
Young is such a special athlete. However, a couple passes already tonight, you kind of want to just let it go, right? He tried to guide that football. Let it rip. Use that strong arm that you have.
No pressure this time. A little angle to the kick, and it'll go out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. The one thing you talk about Ike Young. He's a baseball pitcher. I don't know that he has pitched in 22-degree temperatures with a 10-degree wind chill. Our Monticello defensive starters. Their lineup is presented by OSF. And here is the unit that has had a tough time so far stopping Mike Bukowski's crew. We'll get that after this snap. To the near side. Dancing. JoJo James. He's going to have close to about 9 yards on first down. And defensively for Monticello, their linebackers, Hunter Romano, Jack Helms, Coy Williams. Defensive backs, you see a lot of familiar names there going both ways for the Sages. That pass a little bit high, snagged nicely by Vince Arion. To make that, I was going to say, not a defensive player, but the pass is completed to Montini. The catch made by Nico Castaldo.
6'1", 185. He went and caught that ball up in traffic, kind of high-pointed that ball. See him check with the official, make sure he's aligned correctly. Montini on the move once again.
Abrams quickly to the right side. A flag goes down. Peterson makes the cut upfield. Rumbles his way. He may have the end zone in sight, but there's a flag sitting at the 45-yard line, right in front of the Montini bench.
Well, you knew what it was because of your voice influx. You know who else knew what it was? Abrams. He never got excited at all after he threw that pass on the perimeter. He knows this is coming back. Everyone's got to walk back 50 yards, but Abrams, he knows exactly where he's going to be here.
Well, that big guy right there, that touchdown will come back, but 5'11", 220-pounder, he has had himself a first quarter.
Sideline on Montini. The touchdown will be good. He'll be on.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, a sideline warning, but the touchdown stands.
That is really strange.
Wow.
Let me tell you why. Because that flag came out immediately, which would lead you to think there was some kind of penalty. Usually a sideline thrown afterwards. So go ahead and mark the big play once again for the big fella going to the end zone. And you know what? He did what he's supposed to. Play to the echo of the whistle, right? That's what you're supposed to do. That flag came out so doggone early, you thought, okay, what'd they catch him with?
3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, 2 touchdown passes from Abrams. 3 scores with 30 seconds to play in the first quarter.
And it's all been home runs. There's a quick drop. Really, guess who's out in front again? Big time block once again by Enzo DeCenzi. And then a cutback. And Monticello just having a hard time tackling the big fella, Jeremiah Peterson at 220, a senior.
49-yard touchdown, catch and run. Second touchdown for Peterson. The second touchdown pass from Abrams.
Abrams getting rid of that ball oh so quickly. Just a sophomore. He has poise beyond that. He knows how to play the position already, and he's got a couple years left to develop. At 6'3", he's going to be highly recruited. Already has at least one Power 4 offer on the table for him, with more to come.
Well, if Mike Bukowski was at his kitchen table saying, what would I like to see happen on Friday night, he could not have written it any better than what he has seen here tonight.
What's been so impressive is how they've been able to get the ball out on the edge, short yardage, short passes, and then just get the ball for the big guy to make plays in space. You spread the field. The more you spread the field, Dave, the more you take the defense out of the box, right? So then that opens up some running lanes as well. Really tough to defend when you have that kind of balance in your offense and you have that many shifts and motions with your alignments.
Broncos with 3 plays of 40 yards or more already this evening. This from the 10-yard line. And out to the 25 on the return. It was Jack Helms. There's no real wind advantage here. The wind is blowing straight west, which is the near side of the field that you're looking to the opposite side. And there is obviously the big stands here at Hancock Stadium blocks quite a bit of that wind on field level. And we experienced that earlier today, Mark. When you're on this side, not bad. You're on the other side, you feel it. Final 24 seconds here of the first quarter, and a 21-0 lead for Montini. 11-2 on the season for the Broncos. They were 9-4 last year, eliminated in the semifinals in a great game by Byron. The inside little pitch, Benny Camper with it. Get about 8 yards on first down. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. What a dominating first period for Montini. They started early in the first 2 minutes. They added a couple of touchdowns later, and they lead it after one. 21-0, your Class 3A championship game coming to you with the lights full force from Hancock Stadium.
Ashley's Black Friday deals continue this weekend. Today through Monday, shop incredible doorbusters starting at just $1.99. Plus, take 25% off your entire purchase. The best Black Friday furniture deals are only at Ashley.
Tomorrow, I'll be making a difference in the classroom. Tonight, I'll be making memories with the dance team.
I'm expressing myself with my poetry and with my hands.
I'm providing for my patients and for my community.
At NIU, you'll go places as unique as you, with the resources and support to get you there. Join us and start writing your story today.
On behalf of our 12,000 members, I want to congratulate all the athletes in today's competition. I am Don Finn, the business manager of IBW Local 134, representing the unionized electricians of Chicago and Cook County. Local 134 offers you more than just a job. It offers you a career. Our future is brighter than ever. From building solar fields to constructing data centers to shaping Chicago's skyline. Join the most diverse workforce in the building trades. Building careers, building the future. IBW Local 134.
Tired of the same old routine? Ready for a career that's always changing? In the roofing trades, every day is a new adventure. Learn a skilled trade, earn competitive wages, enjoy great benefits and solid opportunities for career advancement. With starting wages and benefits above $50 per hour, you can earn while you learn. So, are you ready to climb to new heights? Learn and join the roofing trades today.
Ashley's Black Friday deals continue this weekend. Now through Monday, shop incredible doorbusters starting at just $1.99. Plus, get the best prices on Ashley products guaranteed. The best Black Friday furniture deals are only at Ashley.
Well, welcome back to the 3A state title game here in Bloomington Normal, and this one all Montini so far. And Montini head coach Mike Bukowski likes to keep a busy schedule around Montini. He's also the wrestling coach as well, where he's in the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. They actually had a meet on Thursday, the night before Thanksgiving, on Wednesday night, actually. And he said the crossover isn't a coincidence either. The best Montini football teams over the years have had a strong correlation to wrestling. And that's not all. Bukowski also serves as an assistant coach for his daughter, Amy, who took over coaching the Montini softball team. In 2016, he led his daughter's team to a state title. Amy, pictured there, was a team captain and shortstop.
And now, Casey, she's the head softball coach at Montini, assisted by
her dad.
Her dad.
Imagine that. So that man, there's the man in your picture. He never sleeps. And he told us he was moving wrestling mats the week that he was getting ready for the state football championship. A jack of all trades that doesn't sleep.
We begin the second quarter. Ball on the ground, and depending on forward progress, it will be a first down. But how about, we talked about Montini's defense. They have only allowed 2.1 yards per play here tonight. Meanwhile, the Broncos offense has averaged 25 yards per play.
Yeah, and they're three-man front right now. On that particular player, it was Mateo that came in at the nose. Right now, moving in the nose position right over center is J.C. Hayes, right on top of the center. Watch the push there.
That was good enough for a first down. And that pass is incomplete. Second down. Once again, Carter Foran, the intended receiver.
So when Mateo's in, Dave, you have right over center, you have 325 pounds coming right downhill at you, trying to disrupt the blocking schemes. Now, defensive linemen, their job isn't necessarily to make tackles. It's to blow up the blocking schemes, let linebackers come up, fill gaps, and make plays.
Young grabbed, wrapped up, and buried. You talk about the 325-pound nose guard. How about that center, Brody Boleto, 180 pounds.
Yeah, a little bit of disadvantage from a strength to physicality standpoint. And the law of physics tell you the big fella might get a little bit more push. But then, quite honestly, it's all about pad level. Easy thing in football, keep your eyes on defense and play with a low pad level on offense and defense. Stay lower than the opponent for leverage. All about leverage.
Monticello needs 8 yards for a first down. They're 0 for 4 on third downs tonight. They'll screen it, and the connection not made, and they will have to punt once again. Very frustrating time here in the opening quarter and plus 1 minute for the Sages. However, this is what Montini has done all season long. They play out of the Chicago Catholic League. The only 2 losses that were suffered by Montini this year came against a couple of powers. That was against Marist, an 8A power, and then a Fenwick, lost to Fenwick. High kick. They'll just let it hit and hope for the best. And it does take a good roll for Monticello, and Montini will start at about their own 28-yard line. 29 yards on the punt, as there was pressure on Benningcamper on that punt. Remember, they had pressure on the first punt, led to a roughing call. On the second punt, no pressure. May have gotten a hand on it.
And that's that ability to stay low, right? He went right under that trifecta of blockers and affected that punt, even though he didn't get it. Made a hurry.
Izzy Abrams looks to his left, throws that way. Grabbed immediately and dropped is Isaiah Mason. Good coverage from Benningcamper.
Jeremiah Peterson's probably going to get the next touch. I'll bet you on that one. How's that? And he had 104 all-purpose yards in the first quarter. Not real good at math, but that computes to over 400 if he continued at that pace, both catching the football out the flat and running it off that sidecar running back position.
There's your call. There's your carry. Powering his way forward. And a first down. Jeremiah Peterson. You saw his deceiving speed. The semifinal win over Wilmington. Peterson carried the ball 15 times for 140 yards. He's been used more and more as this postseason has gone on. Fresh set of downs for the Broncos. Abrams quickly to the left side. That's enough for about 4 yards on first down. Once again, he gets it to Mason. Huge crowd here on the near side wearing purple and gold. That's the Monticello fans. Second down, 5 yards to go. Peterson has a hole. He'll do the rest. He should have enough for the first down. There is not a good matchup here for the Monticello defense with number 6 in maroon. Hanging on 9 minutes to play here in the first half. Once again, to the left side. And that's a forward pass. Everybody was kind of scrambling there for a moment. Ball a little low, and again, the temperatures here, that is basically a rock coming at you here tonight.
Montini, nothing but Montini, no doubt about it. Explosive plays have been big time for him.
on 2nd and 10. Abrams looking to get to the corner. He's not going to get there. Closing quickly. Jack Helms was there. And Abrams now leading a little bit to the sidelines.
Montini trying to get the edge right there. Little fake handoff, keep it yourself. All the flow goes to Peterson. Good job by Monticello. They're playing a little bit of three-man front right now as well.
It's the first third down play of this game for Montini. Abrams going to go deep down the middle, overshoots his intended receiver. That was Nico Castaldo.
Castaldo had some separation, and that was an absolute rocket. He could spin the football. Just a little bit too much giddy up on that one. But boy, did he just show a lot of people some incredible arm strength. Watch his eyes downfield. Three-step drop. There's the separation we talked about. He had separation, but just a little bit too much giddy up on that pass.
First punt of the night. Owen Burbrick will get it away. And let's see where they spot this one. It will be inside the 20-yard line. Yes, at the 18-yard line. That's where Montini will have it. 8:14 to play in the first half. And a 21-0 Montini lead over Monticello.
Coughing and throat feeling sore? We've got medication to get you out the door. Earache, pink eye, bug bite, or rash? Our wonderful staff will treat you in a flash.
What about sprains, strains, and minor fractures too?
Don't worry, our x-rays reveal what's hidden from view. Need care after 9, 10, or 11? Our virtual care's got you 24/7. OSF on-call urgent care, in person or virtual, we're always there.
We're going to need more fuel. A renewable way to get that fuel instead of relying on foreign countries for petroleum, we can just grow our own fuel. Our fields are literally full of energy.
Right in the middle of your picture there is Cully Welcher. This is 2024. Let's flash back to 1998. And Cully Welcher looks a little different, but it's the same game, a championship ball game. He was the head coach for Aledo in 1998. That's when Cully Welcher won his first game in the state championships.
This is my first year at Aledo. I have an entirely new staff. We took us some time to get to know each other, the players and the coaches. I feel like we're peaking at the right time. We're playing a lot better football. Rockridge is a great team, though, and we're going to have to play our best game today.
The 1998 Class 2A state championship, it came against Rockridge. Now, the thing that's interesting about that was an undefeated Rockridge team that 6 weeks earlier Aledo lost to 49-0.
They certainly did, and came back and won the title 13-0. So that's like a 62-point turnaround. Oh my goodness! I think you came into that game an underdog, right? Yes, you probably did tonight. You know, unsubstantiated, but Cully Welcher is allegedly the only coach in Illinois to have won 100 games and a state title at 2 different schools. Pretty amazing.
That is quite the accomplishment. No room for Young. Grabbed and thrown down. Making the stop, Brody Boyer. 5'10", 175-pound junior.
Watch the penetration. He's got his eyes downhill, but just absolutely, positively no time. Good individual stack right there by the junior.
Loss of 10 brings a 2nd down and 20. Remember that opening 13-play drive for Monticello? Well, since then, Broncos have just clamped down. They'll screen to the left side. Need a block there. They get one squirting through the hole up to the 20-yard line. To the 23-yard line is Benny Camper.
You got a couple guys who can make plays. Benny Camper being one of them. Screen was set up. He had 3 blockers in front of him. Sometimes it's better to be late than early, because what he did there, he waited, right? He waited for his blocking to develop, and then he used his vision and picked his hole, just kind of squirted through for a nice pickup and make this manageable.
Cut it to a 3rd down and 5 now. Young has time, lays it out there, floats over the hands of Russ Brown. Brown stands 6'1", and that ball just had a little too much air underneath it, and that will bring on the punting team once again. Ike Young having a tough time here tonight.
Yeah, and he let that one float as well. He just isn't getting through the football on his delivery. We know the strong arm that he has. He tried to guide that ball out to the boundary. I think he's a little bit frustrated with himself. He knows what kind of athlete he is, the kind of plays he indeed can make.
Montini just forced its 3rd 3-and-out tonight. High kick and a high hop. And with 6:40 to play here in the first half, Montini will have possession of the ball. They'll start from the 43-yard line. We'll step aside for a moment. A 21-zip score.
Every year, the Whiffles family celebrates the season the best way they know how. And every year, they add a little something new. After all this time, you'd think all that extra work put into every last detail would get old. Well, think again. Whiffles Hybrids. Season's greetings from our U.S. farm family to yours.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on, so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
It is the 50th anniversary of the Illinois High School Association State Football Championships. Way back in 1974, that's the first state champion in history, Flanagan. Then in 2A, it was Decatur St. Teresa. I get a kick out of the hairs. That's just about my era there. 1974 champs in 3A, West Chicago. Congratulations to Rockford East. They were the 4A state champs. And then Glenbrook North, the 5A champions. Of course, now we've expanded all the way to an 8-class system.
Rockford East, they were led by Ira Matthews. He went on and starred at Wisconsin. They're fine running back. I was at that game. Glenbrook North upset Bob Shannon, Kellen Winslow, and East St. Louis. And I look back at Hancock Stadium back there. I don't know if you remember this, Dave. Of course you do. But, I mean, there were wooden bleachers all but one side, right? And that first state championship game, and I never thought there'd be playoffs in Illinois, but the rest, as you say, 50 years of history.
You know, and speaking of history, Monticello High School played in the first game ever here at Hancock Stadium. It was called Hancock Field at that time. It was 1963, and Monticello and University High School, which is basically attached to this stadium, played every opening Friday after Labor Day. And there's your program. If you were here in 1974 and you kept that, you do have a keepsake.
I think they were expensive back then. They were 25 cents.
Montini on the move. 26 plays to 16 plays for Monticello. Now gaining Broncos 254 to 100 over the Sages. Second down and a yard. Peterson bows himself out. He'll get that yard. A flag comes flying in from deep in the secondary, about 20 yards away. I'll tell you what, kudos to the back judge, Tim Irvin. That guy threw a flag as far as I've seen a flag thrown. Good arm.
Flag on the play.
Good job by Monticello. They have made some defensive adjustments because they are doing a much better job of stringing things out.
Number one is Santino Florio. He was one of the blockers ahead of Peterson.
Watch the edge. They've turned things back. They won't let him turn things back inside. There's the holding call and the 15-yard flag. Literally 15-yard throw of the flag.
I'll tell you, he put it right on the money, too, where that that penalty took place. Now Florio has it, makes a move, works around the blocker. He can get to the outside. Look at the wheels on Florio. To the 40, 35, 30, left sideline. Not a bounds.
What a run that was.
Well, his head coach, Mike Bukowski, says Santino Florio has the quickest one-step explosion he has ever seen in a player, and I think he exploded about 4 different times in this run.
CCL White, Campbell League Player of the Year on offense. And watch just the interference by his blockers, but no one got an illegal block. Really smart. Sometimes just let him make a play. What an exhilarating play he was. Great balance. 5'7", 145, but he can scoot you.
37 yards on the pass, catch, and run, and this will be good for 5 on first down from Peterson as we hit the midway point of the second quarter. Here's that play to Florio.
So there's a ball out on the perimeter. Nothing there. Put your cleat in the ground. Come back against the grain. Now look at all those red shirts right in front. And then who gets in front of him? His quarterback goes to help him out. Nice job, Izzy Abrams. The last line. Going to throw one more block.
Abrams looking into the end zone. A bit too long, but a penalty flag will come down. That will be pass interference and an extra flag for good measure, and that will be penalty that will go against Carter Foran.
Easy call, and actually a pretty smart play by Foran, because it would have been a touchdown. There was separation, no doubt about that. So instead of giving up the 6, he goes ahead, takes the 15-yard penalty. But Montini marching once again. The Broncos right now really feeling it.
First down.
Third time Montini's been in the red zone, and Foran, you saw the left hand up, but you saw that right hand down in the lower back. The intended receiver, Mason. Peterson looking for the hole. Hits the hole. Grinds forward for a couple of more.
Well, they can keep pounding 3 more times if they want. Because you got to believe Peterson can push the pile all by himself. See, Peterson's got his hand going. Give me the ball again. I want it, I want it, I want it. And not in a selfish way, but in a confident way. If you don't think you can move the football, you shouldn't be on the field. He's had a great first half. He's not tired.
He's part of the reason Montini has gone over 300 yards of offense here in the first half. We still have 5 minutes to play. Abrams to keep. Foran has him. Abrams strength. Power spins. Touchdown. Foran did all he could. It was just a bigger, stronger man, and Izzy Abrams.
190 pounds of spin. He took the hit about the 2-yard line, and it was one-on-one, and the strong sophomore won that battle. Watch under center. Everybody thinks it's going to the big fella, but no. He keeps himself staying right at home. Good job by Monticello. Good job by the DB. Benny Camper, but not strong enough.
Burbrick knocks home his 4th extra point of the night, and it's a 28-0 lead. Abrams has accounted for 3 of the 4 touchdowns, 2 throwing, 1 running. 5 plays, 57 yards, only took 1 minute, 50 seconds.
Well, they're in a 2-back set is Montini, and all the action goes to the right. Naked reverse, if you will, on the boot. And watch his feet just keep churning and churning, not going down. Great balance, and then upper body strength, and then the high fives all around. Montini right now feeling it. They've done a nice, diverse job passing the football, running the football, utilizing 3 different weapons at least to carry it. Really, right now, hard to guard defensively.
I said Montini with 6 state championships. They've all come in classes higher than 3A. First time they've been in the finals in Class 3A. Mike Bukowski, we talked about the long-term coaching. He's been on those sidelines for state championship victories. Montini has had the ball 5 times. The first 3 resulted in touchdowns. There's a punt snuck in there somehow, and then another score. This will come from the 12-yard line. Great coverage on the play as Foran is dumped inside the 20. Jeremiah Peterson. Didn't hear a lot about him earlier in the season, but boy, has he come up big here tonight. Jeremiah Peterson, the 5'11", 220-pound senior.
He has been superlative. He's made people miss. He's run people over like that. He knows where the goal line's at. Big, strong, 220, coming off a 149-yard game in the semis. Watch him take that one. And look at the balance of the sideline to stay inbounds. Great footwork all around. Nice package of the full package player.
129 yards of offense for Peterson. They get it out to the 30 and a little bit extra. The completion that time will go to Coy Williams. Williams out of the backfield. Will be very close to a first down. Remember the first drive that Monticello had, it was aided by a roughing the kicker penalty, but it covered 13 yards. And got all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Williams can catch the ball in the backfield. They play empty oh so often. Williams only 34 carries from a running back position.
Little shovel to Foreign. They were staying home. On the bottom of that pile, number 70, J.C. Hayes, the All-Stater.
Yeah, what a great play that was, because, again, he kept his eyes. Gap responsibility. Watch somebody right there fought off one block, won that one-on-one matchup on the inside, threw his opponent to the side, basically, and then with his eyes, he knew where the football was at, gets a one-on-one tackle.
So a loss of a yard on the play. Driving forward is Williams once again. Coy Williams, the junior.
That might be the biggest hole of the night, the biggest seam of the night for Monticello in their run game.
Looking for 5 yards on third down. Clock on the move. 3:15 to play and a half. Montini still looking for its first third down conversion, or make that Monticello. Montini has not had too many third downs to deal with. That's a little shovel inside to Bennicamper. And that will go for no gain.
Boy, tip your cap both ways, because Monticello, they're trying to misdirection, right? They're trying to keep the defense at. They're trying to get their eyes moving, get them out of position. Defense staying right at home. But Monticello, they're coming up with some good schemes. Just too good a defense. Montini defense average gives up 9 points a game against Catholic League competition. That's doggone good.
Little thought process here as to whether Monticello was going to kick it away with 2:20 to play. Remember, Monticello has used a couple of timeouts. Bennicamper back again up on formation. He's been a busy guy tonight. This one's end over end. Should take a good roll, and it goes a little sideways on him. And that's where Montini will have it with 2:04 to play in the first half. 33-yard kick for Bennicamper.
Plenty of time for Montini. Now, normally you'd say, well, 2 minutes, you're on a 2-minute drill. We've seen them already. They only need one handoff at some point tonight, the way they've had explosive plays. They have been chunk after chunk after chunk.
$14 yards per play in the first half for the Broncos. And that will bring the average down just a little bit. Foreign right there on Florio. Saw Florio break free for one big gain. You take a look at Santino Florio, right? 5'7", 145 pounds. And Mike Bukowski says, yep, he's too small, he's too this, he's too that. But he always pushes to be the best player on the field.
Foreign got him one-on-one out in space. Foreign has three interceptions on the year.
There's some room to the outside. Now cutting it inside. Now down the left sideline. T.J. Harkins. He's going to go the distance. 70-yard touchdown. Pass and run.
Little throw. Big play. Explosive play. 14 yards average. That just went up quite a bit as Montini is putting on a clinic with explosiveness and their ability to score from long distance dialing.
A 44-second two-play drive. Capped off by C.J. Harkins. 70-yard pass reception, a third touchdown pass of the half from Abrams, and it is 35-0 Montini.
Harkins' second touchdown of the night. This one from 70 yards out. Ball got out on the edge in a hurry. Looked him away once. Nice block on the outside by Santino Florio. Those guys complement each other. And anytime you see a wide receiver or slot back block for each other, that's good stuff because you want to complement each other. There's that block we talked about. Now, big fella getting it downfield as well. But after that, it was just speed down the sideline. And right now, Montini is fun to watch because of their big play ability.
You said that Florio and Harkins complement each other. Coming into this game, Florio with 9 touchdowns, 605 yards receiving. Harkins, 9 touchdowns, 592 yards receiving. And Harkins with a couple of scores tonight.
Harkins with those 2 touchdowns. He had 2 touchdowns in the semifinals of 23 and 58 yards. So he's been 4 touchdowns in a game and a half, and all of them from 20 yards or beyond. That's big time as far as explosiveness. He'll be a recruit in the class of 2026 already. FCS and FBS interest for his scoring and receiving abilities.
This will hit at about the 3 and fall into the end zone. One of the reasons that Montini has been so successful has been that offensive line.
And Angelo DeSenda, he's come on, I'm going to go with you to the end zone. Follow with me. He just was part of the celebration at the end, but I'm just talking about playing hard. Just playing hard. That is, you could give up on the play, but Angelo DeSenzi, 6'5", 245, followed that down the field.
Yeah, he only trailed Harkins by 5 yards down the field. 5-yard pickup on first down. Foreign has his hands on the ball many times already tonight. Five receptions for Foreign tonight. He said he has the record yardage. His brother Tristan is a wide receiver on the 2018 championship team. He was a freshman on that team. Tristan also second place on the basketball team for Monticello in 2022, a couple of years ago. He's at DePaul University right now.
We're closing down on the first half. And how about Monticello? They average 36.2 points per game. And they just have not been able to sustain anything against this Montini defense. The 3-5 base they've stayed at. Two safeties playing about 15 yards back now.
That will be enough for a first down. And that will stop the clock momentarily. Williams will get that first down carry. That will be it for the first half. Mike Bukowski will look up at one of the ends of this end zone. He points to the north end zone. He glances up. He will see a 35-0 lead. Total domination on both sides of the ball tonight. The Montini Broncos, we said only 2 losses on the season. They came in back-to-back games against 8A Power Marist and against Fenwick. Fenwick advancing to state playoffs. In fact, the loss to Fenwick was only 14-10. It was a 21-6 loss to Marist. They're dominating in 3A championship game here tonight. Well, let's go down to Casey Standahar. She's with Coach Bukowski.
Thanks, Dave. Coach, a shutout win so far in this one. How much fun are you guys having out there?
Well, we're playing well. You know, we knew that we had to do that early. We took advantage of some things right off the start. We knew if we could get a fast start, we could really put some pressure on them, and our guys did a nice job of that.
Not over yet so far. You mentioned some of your guys, Florio, Abrams, so many of your guys being so efficient with the football. How much of an edge do they give you?
Well, we just think our athletes, I mean, they can go with anybody. And we've proven that all year long. It's so hard to cover all the aspects of our offense. We've got so much speed, and, you know, things are clicking right now. And, The way we're running the football, too, we're awfully hard to stop at this point.
Anything you want to change at all?
We just got to make sure that we come out ready to play. You know, I've been around strange times, so we want to make sure that we're ready to go, and now we play a good, solid second half.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Let's check in with Edgy and Marshall in the Chicago studios. Guys?
All right, thank you, Casey. It is halftime at the 3A state title game. We had a blowout in game number 1, a blowout in game number 2, and we look like we're well on our way here in game number 3.
Oh, we are, and it's been interesting to watch. You know, it's been just kind of physicality has been way on the Montini side. They're bigger, they're stronger, and they're just establishing that line play, and they are just controlling both sides of the ball. It really is as simple as that. Monticello gets a pass completion here or there, they move it, then they just get locked out.
Okay, so we are going to get into the details of what happened. We'll give you highlights, and there were plenty of them if you were watching Montini in this one. Right now, it is halftime, 35-0. We'll be back with more at halftime.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can go from player to coach, from the ground to the sky.
So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of Salukis. Capture this moment and go forward together.
Attention high school students. If you're tired of hearing the same old college debt story, we've got an exciting alternative for you. Join the Mid-America Carpenters Union and let your career dreams take flight. You can earn great pay, enjoy no-cost health insurance, and secure a stable retirement, all with no college debt and an elite career that's here to stay. It's time to build your future your way. Ready to carve your path to success? Contact the Mid-America Carpenters Union today to learn how you can unleash your potential.
You know what it's like to watch a winning team. Now it's your turn to be a part of one. The Illinois State Police is recruiting for our next cadet classes, and you could be our MVP. Protect the public, help those in need, and make a lasting impact in your community. Our mission, your future, higher purpose, higher pay. Starting pay is at $90,000 with incredible benefits package, including a take-home squad car, tuition reimbursement, paid leave, and more. Join the team that makes a difference. Apply today at IllinoisTrooper.com.
All right, let's go. I'll shop for the kids, and you get something for the dog.
Sounds good. Let's do this.
Whether you're shopping for gifts or something for yourself.
Don't forget toys for the dog.
Rush in for Black Friday deals at Menards that everyone will love. Because when they're gone, they're gone.
Save big money at Menards.
The IHSA, committed to keeping student-athletes safe. Through educational initiatives and national partnerships, we're going the distance to develop safer protocols for our teams. Plus, we continue to improve scheduling and conditioning to reduce injuries from preseason through each state championship. 31 sports, 350,000 student-athletes, and one goal, player safety. The IHSA, the future plays here.
Halftime here at the Class 3A title game. It has been very much one-sided, but that's been the theme of the day in this one. Montini up 35-0 on Monticello. Marshall Harris along with Edgy Tim O'Halloran getting you through this halftime here on the IHSA television network. And Edgy, let's be honest, this one has been one-sided from jump. One team doing whatever they want, imposing its will.
Yeah, it really has been very surprising. I mean, Monticello putting up a ton of points this year. Just have not been able to get it done here. And again, you're hoping you can go back in the locker room, get a couple things figured out. And look, you got a lot to play for. You've got a community that absolutely supports your team and your school at Monticello. They'll get back on track and hopefully get a couple of positive things moving in that direction.
So far, all the positives come from the Montini side. Taking a look at the highlights and show you exactly how this one went down. It's already 7-0 in the first quarter, and this is the theme of the day. Get it out to the edge in the hands of playmakers. Abrams finds C.J. Harkins. He does the rest.
Again, just great downfield blocking on that for sure.
Then another screen, this time to the running back. It's Jeremiah Peterson, and he's going to use the entire field to get into the end zone.
Rumble, young man, rumble. Look at the size of that guy.
Yeah, well over 220 pounds, bigger than the line average for Monticello. And then one more time, Harkins, this time to the left side and space.
Just impressive individual performance here, no doubt about it. And again, it all predicated by up front. You got to look at the blocking, just absolutely getting it done.
35-0. Harkins with 123 yards receiving on just those 2 catches. Edgy, you look at what happened with Monticello. How much of this is about the offensive and defensive lines for the respective teams, and just one averaging about 230 pounds and the other 211?
Well, you're watching it. You're watching it whether it's a screen pass and you're seeing guys getting knocked downfield 5-10 yards, or even just up front defensively. Monticello on some of those counters, they can't go anywhere. There's too much traffic. Everything's bogged up inside. And again, between the size and the strength and the speed up front for Montini, it's been a lot for Monticello to overcome so far.
All right, so Monticello now down 35-0. The question is, what can they do in the third quarter to at least feel like they have a chance of coming back?
Ike Young, you got to get your guy going. That's all there is to it. He's been your main guy all season long. You need to get him going. Again, this is a very creative offense, and I'm sure Coach will be able to get some things done. Get a little creative, mix some things up, and at least try to get Montini a little bit off balance. They're not off balance whatsoever so far.
And if you're Montini, I'm sure you're going to tell me, just keep doing what you're doing until something changes you to stop doing what you're doing.
Keep the train rolling along. Keep feeding the big fellow the football, and I think you're going to be just fine, Montini, just fine.
All right, so it's 35-0 right now. We'll get you back out to Hancock Stadium in just a bit. But halftime continues. We'll take a look at some of the stats in this game. It's been an interesting day so far. We're halfway through the 3A state title game. Edgy and I back in a moment here in studio.
The IHSA Football State Championships are brought to you in part by Ashley, style begins at home. IBEW Local 134, building careers, building the future. Northern Illinois University, where your future is our focus. Visit niu.edu. Chicago Roofing Contractors Association, Chicagoland's best value, best roofs all year long. And Local 17 Heat and Frost Insulators. Energy is your #1 cost.
Ashley's Black Friday deals continue this weekend. Today through Monday, shop incredible doorbusters starting at just $1.99. Plus, take 25% off your entire purchase. The best Black Friday furniture deals are only at Ashley.
Is college not what you thought it was going to be? Here's an opportunity to work with your hands as well as your mind. Learn how to insulate mechanical systems in the industrial and commercial industries. With the Heat and Frost Insulators Local 17, you get to earn while you learn through our apprenticeship program. After 5 years, you'll finish with no debt, money in the bank, and you'll be on your way towards a pension. Scan the QR code and apply today, or visit our website to learn more.
Tired of the same old routine? Ready for a career that's always changing? In the roofing trades, every day is a new adventure. Learn a skilled trade, earn competitive wages, enjoy great benefits and solid opportunities for career advancement. With starting wages and benefits above $50 per hour, you can earn while you learn. So, are you ready to climb to new heights? Learn and join the roofing trades today.
Ashley's Black Friday deals continue this weekend. Now through Monday, shop incredible doorbusters starting at just $1.99. Plus, get the best prices on Ashley products guaranteed. The best Black Friday furniture deals are only at Ashley.
Halftime of the 3A state title game so far. This one has been all Montini Catholic over Monticello. 35-0 your score at the break. But this is just game 3 of 4 contests that will decide state champions on day 1 of the state finals as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of IHSA. And so far, it's been big numbers on one side, little numbers on the other. Aldhoff Catholic, a 57-14 winner. Then you've got Chicago Christian capturing its first ever state title and its first ever state title appearance, 47-0. Big stars have been the story on this day. De'Air Hill Jr. in that first game setting the record for touchdowns in a state title game was 7, and then Kenny Jaeger and Christian Flutman. And we've got another one coming up, the 4A title game on the way, Mount Zion against DePaul College Prep.
What's really interesting about the 4A, and we talk about Mount Zion, we've talked about the stars and individual performers we've seen today. There's quite a few on Mount Zion, so we're going to see guys like J.C. Anderson and Keller Stocks, their quarterback, and Jacob Harvey, and Braden Trimble. He's pretty good. He's committed to Illinois. For Mount Zion to really make this happen, those stars need to be stars tonight. So we'll see if Mount Zion's able to get that done against a very good, and again, big team up front in DePaul Prep.
Getting a little bit colder outside. Do you expect the weather to come back into play here as nightfall sets in?
It is. I think it's been in play all day in some way or another. But, yeah, when you talked about it's going to get colder. The sun obviously has gone away. You got to see who can adjust to it and make the best decisions. And so far it's been the teams with the running games and the big old lines that have gotten it done. So we'll see.
Izzy Abrams has been the story here in the first half. He hasn't had to throw it down the field. Just throw it sideways and let your playmakers do the work. That's why it is a 35-0 lead for Montini Catholic. And here's one of those throws I was talking about.
Go, big man, go.
It's pitch and it is catch. And there you see Jeremiah Peterson, one of his 2 touchdowns in the first half. We'll be back with more at halftime.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can go from player to coach, from the ground to the sky.
So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of Salukis. Capture this moment and go forward together.
You know what it's like to watch a winning team. Now it's your turn to be a part of one. The Illinois State Police is recruiting for our next cadet classes, and you could be our MVP. Protect the public, help those in need, and make a lasting impact in your community. Our mission, your future, higher purpose, higher pay. Starting pay is at $90,000 with incredible benefits package, including a take-home squad car, tuition reimbursement, paid leave, and more. Join the team that makes a difference. Apply today at IllinoisTrooper.com.
Attention high school students. If you're tired of hearing the same old college debt story, we've got an exciting alternative for you. Join the Mid-America Carpenters Union and let your career dreams take flight. You can earn great pay, enjoy no-cost health insurance, and secure a stable retirement, all with no college debt and an elite career that's here to stay. It's time to build your future your way. Ready to carve your path to success? Contact the Mid-America Carpenters Union today to learn how you can unleash your potential.
Halftime of the 3A state title game. It has been all Montini Catholic. The Broncos up 35-0 on the Monticello Sages. And Edgy Tim, I'm going to tell you this, 192 yards passing from Izzy Abrams and Montini. That 192, it comes on 7 completions, and 3 of them were touchdowns.
Yeah, I love the time of possession differences. You must be thinking, wow, they really, Monticello really controlled. Well, when you score within like 2 minutes and under multiple times, there's your difference in time of possession. So don't be fooled by it.
So Abrams with 3 passing touchdowns. He also has a rushing touchdown. And, of course, Peterson, he's got 8 carries for 80 yards and a touchdown both on the ground and through the air.
Yeah, both ways, getting it done. And again, we talked about the balance. Definitely balance for Montini here. They're finding a way to make the pass work in this weather, so give them credit.
They've had 6 drives. They scored 5 touchdowns. Their longest drive, actually, that would be the one they had to punt on. Meanwhile, guys like C.J. Harkins getting it done on the edge and gone. We're back out to Hancock Stadium for the second half of the 3A title game after this.
Tomorrow, I'll be making a difference in the classroom. Tonight, I'll be making memories with the dance team.
I'm expressing myself with my poetry and with my hands.
I'm providing for my patients and for my community.
At NIU, you'll go places as unique as you, with the resources and support to get you there. Join us. and start writing your story today.
On behalf of our 12,000 members, I want to congratulate all the athletes in today's competition. I am Don Finn, the business manager of IBEW Local 134, representing the unionized electricians of Chicago and Cook County. Local 134 offers you more than just a job. It offers you a career. Our future is brighter than ever. From building solar fields to constructing data centers to shaping Chicago's skyline. Join the most diverse workforce in the building trades. Building careers, building the future. IBEW Local 134.
Budget Construction can help seniors' homes be safer. That's right. We have the expertise to make your home safe and accessible. From widening doors to wheelchair ramps, grab bars, railings, and walk-in bathtubs. Even wheelchair stair lifts. Budget Construction has you covered. Let us put together a custom plan for your needs. Call the experts at Budget Construction for a free in-home estimate today. And remember, AARP members save 15% off all our services.
87.7 MeTV FM is Chicago's radio goldmine. Tune in now for our mind-blowing musical variety of timeless and memorable music. Set your dial today to Chicago's 87.7 MeTV FM.
We're unboxing unbeatable values for your home every Friday in November. I've got $9.99 bedrooms that'll knock your socks off. $9.99 power sofas. $9.99 sofa lovesy combos. $9.99 mattresses. Because every day is like Black Friday when you dare to compare at Bob's.
Back at Hancock Stadium, the score tells the story. Happy you've joined us here for our 3A championship ball game. And Mark, I was standing right here about an hour and a half ago when we were talking about the Montini defense. We've played a half, and we're still going to talk about the Montini defense.
They have just been swarming. All the action's been on the other side of the ball. Watch the maroon shirts. Contact early and often. The front line making play after play after play because they're getting such low pad leverage and because they're so physical and strong up front. And you see defensive linemen making tackles? Not very often. Usually it's linebackers. But these guys make plays, and they're on a big sack right there. Montini just flat out fired up with their defense. Pitching this shutout, only giving up 9 points a game coming in and playing all the better tonight.
And those defensive plays of the game were brought to you by Union Carpenters and Contractors, partners in building communities and supporting working families.
Just 129 yards allowed. That tells the story. 1 out of 8 on third down defense. When you can get on and off the field in 3 downs, you've done something special. And only less than 2 yards per carry rush allowed. Strong defenses start with strong run defense.
Monticello will get its hands on the ball first. Get a good look at number 41. He plays on special teams, but he has been special on defense. That is Jackson Lane. Heck, Jackson Lane, he's the reason why Montini is here. He made the tackle on a 2-point conversion run for Byron in the final 10 seconds of that game. Had he not made that tackle, Byron could very well be playing in this championship ball game.
Yeah, and that was not 1 yard. It was about the 1 foot line. Byron went for 2 in their running game. We know how much they run the football perennially. Montini got the stop they needed, and the rest, they say, is history.
Burbrick will hit it high. It will come down to the 10-yard line and drop. Hells pick it up at the 5. He's in trouble. And it starts off the second half the way the first half closed. Let's get a chance to go down to Casey. She had a chance to talk to Monticello head coach Cully Welter.
Yeah, Dave, thanks so much. Cully Welter told us at halftime that, he just knows this has been a bit of a blowout, but he did say we focused on 2 main things coming into this game, and we're going to maintain that same spirit. We wanted to make sure we had some fun out there and that we represent our community well, and they have done those 2 things. He did say they would make some offensive changes, but he didn't share those changes. He said, we'll see.
Very good. Thanks, Casey.
Did you see the first play of that series? It was a behind-the-back pass. A little bit of trickery right there.
Well, there you go. Casey called it.
Yeah, a little bit of trickery behind the back pass. But guess what? Montini, they weren't fooled by that either. What a eye discipline and overall team discipline the Broncos have. But go ahead, Sages. Go ahead and try to have some fun. Try to be creative. Try to do anything to get the defense out of putting their feet in the ground, their hand in the ground, and making plays.
Well, the wind chill right now is 5 degrees above 0, and Cully Welter must not feel, though, any part of his legs below his knees. That's some dedication right there. Gain out to the 19-yard line. You know, you talk about having fun. In our conference, our teleconferences the other day with the coaches, Cully Welter was the first one scheduled, and he was on early, and I jumped on early, and Cully was working feverishly, and I'm figuring, okay, so he's really working on the game plan here, getting ready in advance for our call. And I said, you know, I really hate to bother you, you know, right now. And he said, oh, no problem. I'm just doing a crossword puzzle. So that's the guy who's at peace and confident with what he does, and why not? 4 state championships for Cully Welter.
He's won a few football games in his career.
Over the middle we go. And a first down.
Nolan Bennicamper with the pass. They moved him in last play into the Wildcat. He ran the football, which is something they've done before, not known with his passing prowess. And we'll see if he stays as the quarterback right now. But he looked really good delivering that football on time, on target.
He did, and he will stay out there. Next to him will be Foreign. Bennicamper, a junior, so this may be a preview.
Excellent.
Hello? This is us.
A couple of first downs here to start the second half. And here it is out of the Wildcat, Bennicamper. We'll get to the 39-yard line. Bennicamper didn't play football until his freshman year, but football is so big in Monticello. He said, I just want to be a part of it. I mean, he's a soccer player, excellent soccer player, but I just want to be a part of this feeling in Monticello.
Yeah, and he's going to go home with a award around his neck tonight. Is he going to, I think he might be quarterback of this entire series, if not the rest of the football game. We shall see how that pans out. He's their leading tackler on defense. He catches the ball on offense, runs the ball from the Wildcat. Now he's completed a pass already.
He'll keep it after faking the handoff to Williams. Just carried forward, literally, to the 45-yard line.
I think that was a legitimate zone read by him. What happens there is he puts the ball in the gut of his running back, and if he sees the defensive end crash down the running back, he pulls it, takes it himself. That's exactly what transpired there. It's all a read. Watch the handoff there, and then he makes a decision, pulls it back out, takes it himself. That's why it's called a zone read. You're running zone blocking on the outside, and then you're reading what the defense did. You go after the quarterback or the running back.
3 quick first downs to start the second half. And just as quickly, Monticello will take a timeout. About 3.5 minutes gone in this second half. Sages trailing 35-0, your 3A title game from Hancock Stadium.
Ashley's Black Friday deals continue this weekend. Today through Monday, shop incredible doorbusters starting at just $1.99. Plus, take 25% off your entire purchase. The best Black Friday furniture deals are only at Ashley.
Is college not what you thought it was going to be? Here's an opportunity to work with your hands as well as your mind. Learn how to insulate mechanical systems in the industrial and commercial industries. With the Heat and Frost Insulators Local 17, you get to earn while you learn through our apprenticeship program. After 5 years, you'll finish with no debt, money in the bank, and you'll be on your way towards a pension. Scan the QR code and apply today, or visit our website to learn more.
Ashley's Black Friday deals continue this weekend. Now through Monday, shop incredible doorbusters starting at just $1.99. Plus, get the best prices on Ashley products guaranteed. The best Black Friday furniture deals are only at Ashley.
Tough road for Monticello to get to this championship ball game. They had to win a couple of thrillers. First of all, in the quarterfinals against Benton, it went to overtime. Monticello scored first. Benton scored. They went for 2, and the Sages turned them away. And Monticello comes away with that 27-26 quarterfinal win. And then in the semifinals against rival Tolona Unity, this is the final play of the game. Unity looking for the winning touchdown. There it is, but wait. Even though that completion in the end zone, it came back. Ineligible receiver, and Monticello finds themselves right here in this championship game.
Yeah, that last one was just crazy because Monticello scored late to take the lead. Then they thought they had won. The clock had run out, but no, 1 second to go. Unity had one more pass. They score a would-be winner, but the penalties called. There were 3 different emotions in that football game.
Benny Camper over the middle, just a bit too high, knocked away. He was looking for 4, knocked away there by Vince Arion.
I'll tell you what, Benny Camper throws a nice ball. He threw that ball about 18 yards right on the hands. Good defense and two safeties right now. Montini playing, 2 safeties at the back end.
I know Edgy Tim O'Halloran, along with Marshall Harris in the studio, have been talking about the weather all day. And really, this entire football season, high school football season, the weather has been outstanding. And now you get to the championship game, it's basically 5 above 0. In terms of feeling the ball, that was a very impressive toss, as you said, by Benny Camper. He has time. Again, drops it over there, and a big hit. Knocked away. Isaac Alexander doing the damage that time.
Boy, the ball was there, and Alexander, kaboom, right on the hat, if you will, to jar this ball away. Watch Benny Camper. He throws that ball right in the hands, but there's those twin safeties again, and no chance at all because of the hit for Hunter Romano to come down with that football. Good throw, good route, better defense. The best drive of the football game before this, remember that Monticello had first ball. They ran 14 plays, 6 minutes of clock before they missed a field goal. Now this drive started way back at their 5-yard line, so they're marching a little bit as well on this one with Benny Camper.
Need 10 yards for a first down, nobody home, but a flag is down, and I believe they're going to say that it was foreign that got tied up and maybe interfered with, or maybe a hold. In fact, that's the direction it will go. It will be a holding call against Monticello. So a promising drive.
Benny Camper in punt formation.
Benny Camper will have to punt. I guess there may not have been a flag.
Benny Camper punts. He passes. He's caught the ball. He's rushed the ball. He's tackled the ball.
Bobbles that snap a little bit. Still has time to get it away. He's able to keep it in bounds for just a bit. So a promising opening drive for Monticello here to open up the third quarter, but now Montini gets its hands on the ball, leading 35-0 in your Class 3A championship game.
Every year, the Whiffles family celebrates the season the best way they know how. And every year, they add a little something new. After all this time, you'd think all that extra work put into every last detail would get old. Well, think again. Whiffles Hybrids. Season's greetings from our U.S. farm family to yours.
We're going to need more fuel. A renewable way to get that fuel instead of relying on foreign countries for petroleum, we can just grow our own fuel. Our fields are literally full of energy.
The margins are so slim on that playoff trail to find yourselves in a state championship ball game. We just showed you how Monticello got here. How about this one? Second round, it's a rematch with Byron. Byron has scored, down by 1 with 10 seconds left. Tigers going for 2, but Jackson Lane says no. That's how close Byron came to maybe being in his championship game. That's how close Montini was able to advance. That was a 14-13. That was a thriller of a game in Lombard.
You never know when a big play is going to occur, but in that situation, it was the big play, the last one of the football game.
Mike Bukowski sends his offense on the field for the first time in the second half.
Yeah, and they have been, you want to say efficient? Well, yes, with their drives. 4 plays, touchdown. 2 plays, touchdown. 3 plays, touchdown. 5 plays, touchdown. 2 plays, touchdowns. That's their scoring drives. Ironically, Dave, their longest drive of the night, they didn't score 7 plays. It's just been home run, home run, home run to the tune of those 5 scoring drives.
Start this on the ground. Here's Peterson. Peterson's going to angle to the outside. Foreign is right there. Foreign can't make the tackle. Peterson fights through, and he's across midfield. He'll get inside Monticello territory. And with that 32-yard gain, Montini is just going to mention the balance. They now have 213 yards rushing, 192 yards passing.
See that stiff arm he used, and I tell you what, he is so powerful. You cannot tackle him with your arms. You've got to hit him low and then get more people to the football.
Deep drop for Abrams. He's going deep. Had a man out there. Excellent coverage by Nolan Bennycamper as he was all over Florio.
I tell you what, Bennycamper, we've called his name every play because he's involved in just about everything. He was one-on-one against Florio, one of the finest receivers in the entire state of Illinois. Recruitable figure Florio is, and Bennycamper right there out on an island all by himself. Watch it come into your screen. Plenty of time to throw the football. Good timing on the route. And look at the last second. He turns his head back to the football.
Around the left side. No, back to Nolan Bennycamper. He's a junior, also a basketball player. Didn't play last year, missed his entire sophomore season because he fractured his pelvis in a football playoff game. His brother Tanner was on that 22 basketball team that finished second in the state. 10-yard gain on first down, and it is a 1st and 10 for the Broncos. Under 8 minutes to play in the third quarter. Abrams waits. That one sails a little bit high. Florio takes a hit from Bennycamper.
I'll tell you what, I like that matchup. You have two fine football players. Florio, great route runner, great hands, makes plays after the catch, can gain yards after the catch. And then you have Bennycamper, who has been involved in just about, Dave, every call you've made, he's been involved in it. Twin safeties now for Monticello.
Reliable out of the backfield is Jeremiah Peterson. When in doubt, give it to number 6.
Well, it's pretty amazing. He had 861 yards coming in, $150 those last week. So he only had, when I say only, 700 yards the entire season. But he flat out been on fire the last couple of weeks, semifinal and then state championship.
111 yards tonight on the ground for Peterson. This ball's up in the air, and that's knocked away. Excellent coverage on C.J. Harkins.
Yeah, great job, Andrew Larson, right there. Right there, step for step. Monticello back end has done a superlative job. Watch him make a play of the football. Trying to high point it was C.J. Harkins, who already has a couple touchdowns, but good step-for-step coverage. Look, finding back the football, gaining some leverage, hitting it at its highest point, knocking it down.
And that was actually Zeke Young, the sophomore younger brother of Ike Young. 4th down for Montini. Abrams, will he be able to get to the first down? I don't know. He was ready to cross, and then Coy Williams said, let's not get all the way to that marker.
It's first down.
He will get enough, though. When you're looking at a sophomore right there, 6'3", 190-pound sophomore quarterback. He took over, Israel Abrams took over about halfway through the regular season. He split time with Gaetano Carbonaro earlier in the season. This time he gets to Santino Florio, but a flag is down as Florio goes down inside the 20. So they split time, Carbonaro along with Abrams. And Abrams ended up winning that job, and Carbonaro very graciously said, okay, this works out best for the team.
We got a dead ball, unsportsmanlike, on Montini. The result of the play was a first down. It'll be 1st and 10. 15-yard penalty.
Ryan Kuffel explains it very clearly to you. Mike Bukowski wants a little different explanation. This will take it back to the 32-yard line where it will be 1st down.
Tell you what, Mike Bukowski and the entire offense They are so ingenious in the way they get Flory the ball in different spots. They'll throw the ball out to him in a smoke, meaning a quick pass to the outside, let him make a play. We've seen him run a slant. We've seen him run a deep post batter. He is an excellent route runner with excellent hands.
I think they're trying to get the chains all lined up here.
And then there was a dead ball on sportsmanlike, which is a 1st and 10.
There you have it. 1st down and 10 from the 32.
Twice as nice. We got to hear that call 2 times. But I think we're very clear on it as they wind the clock here.
On 1st down, Peterson is able to bounce to the outside. Peterson will power forward. There'll be another 1st and 10 after this play to the 18-yard line.
Well, we've talked about his power and his strength. Well, that he hurdled one man right there. Showed a little bit of jumping ability to the big fella.
Good enough for a 15-yard pickup.
Chunk play, chunk play, chunk play for Peterson.
Broncos 2 of 2 in the red zone, looking for more here. Abrams goes into the end zone, and that will be out of the end zone. The catch was made, however, a little too deep for Harkins.
Boy, Izzy Abrams, his arm strength is impeccable. He throws a tight ball, keeps his eyes downfield extremely well, steps back in the pocket. Watch his eyes. Looks one way, looks another way, steps up in the pocket, and he was actually, his feet were still moving forward as he squared his shoulders and just threw a seed, but they ran out of real estate at the back end of the end zone.
Abrams with 3 touchdown passes tonight in the semifinals against Wilmington. He threw for 4 scores. Able to dance away from pressure. On the run. Trying to make a move at the 5-yard line, stretching to the end zone, not going to get there. And it will be a 1st down and goal from the 2.
Now, Monticello on this play, they brought 2 linebackers. They were blitzing, something we haven't seen a lot tonight. We saw 2 linebackers coming. And, of course, the quarterback does as well.
Well, a holding call will bring this back.
I'm laughing because if you saw the frustration of C.J. Harkins, he said, oh, my goodness, all that for nothing, all that for naught. But a good job by the quarterback, Abrams. Watch, they pick up the blitz. There's the holding penalty on the top of your screen. Then the run after catch, all for naught.
Dario Matuz, I don't know if he's a wrestler, but he was putting on some pretty good moves, and Mike Bukowski will probably appreciate that. Bukowski going right into that wrestling season. As Casey mentioned earlier, Bukowski not only the head wrestling coach, but already had the first meet of the season. You know, I thought it was interesting when we saw Coach Bukowski. He's coaching here in a state football championship game. He's wearing the stocking cap, which you'd expect, and it's a wrestling stocking cap.
And he probably pull out his softball cap next. How about that throw and catch? Isaiah Mason just snared that ball right through double coverage. Did they indeed complete that pass by Izzy Abrams?
Abrams under pressure from Williams, able to get away from that. Now he reverses. Abrams looking to create. Finds a man over the middle. Big hit, but a 1st down at the 5-yard line. He gets it to JoJo James. How about James finding the open area?
Well, he just came back to the football. That play was obviously complete improv. Watch the dancing and romancing between the quarterback and receiver. He sees 4 guys chasing him, reverses the field, keeps his eyes downfield. Look right there like he's going to run. He finds the open seam, the open man, the open 1st down, and the open deep red zone opportunity for his Bronco team.
It was number 24, Coy Williams, that was on the chase, and at the end of the play, he almost has to just throw his arms up in the air and say, what can I do? It's a 6'3" sophomore quarterback for Montini. Montini will take a timeout with 4:33 to play here in the 3rd quarter. When they come back, they'll be the 13th play of this drive. Well, we've already played 2 ball games today. A lot of points put on the scoreboard here at Hancock Stadium in Class 1A and 2A. And your winners Althoff defeating Lena Winslow in 1A, and then in 2A, a shocker in many people's eyes by the margin of the score, a 47-0 win by Chicago Christian over Maroa Forsyth, first state title for Chicago Christian. You see the big numbers, 104 points scored combined in their first 2 games, and we still have a quarter and a half in this one. And we'll wrap things up with very interesting matchup. A couple of teams that we've not seen here, right? We've always seen the Rochesters, the Richmond Burtons. Sometimes we've seen the Montinis. IC Catholic Preps. It will be Mount Zion and DePaul College Prep meeting in a 4A championship following this one.
Well, the DePaul College Prep has probably an advantage from a physicality standpoint, but I think from a Mount Zion standpoint, you have skill, and more skill.
First and goal from the 5. Motion from Florio. Give to Peterson. Powers through, touchdown. That was easy. Or check that. That's JoJo James on the score. 5-yard touchdown run for Montini. And they take a 41-0 lead. And what that means is it will be running clock the rest of this ball game once that margin gets over 40 in the second half. A long drive, 13-play drive for the Broncos. And that will sail right through for a 42-0 lead. Montini over Monticello. Well, Montini well on its way to the 7th state championship in school history. That was a 13-play drive, covered 77 yards, included 6 runs and 7 passes. That's about as clean as you can get.
When their semifinal, Montini, they had a flyover, Dave. They had fireworks going off, so they had some pageantry. What are they going to do if they welcome home this winter? I mean, how do you beat a flyover and fireworks? I guess the fire trucks will be out. That man, Mike Bukowski's been around a lot of success in 3 different sports.
Won a couple of state softball titles. Casey mentioned earlier, National Wrestling Hall of Fame coach. Montini alum. I mean, how much better does it get? I mean, he absolutely, the passion that he had for Montini High School in our call earlier this week, I mean, you could just feel it.
Both these teams had 10 a.m. Thanksgiving Day practices, invited their communities, their friends, their alums. It's the kind of pride both these schools have in being in a state title game.
Kickoff goes to the 6-yard line. Foreign to the outside. He'll make a nice return up to the 30. 27-yard return. The Sages will have it. 1st and 10 from the 30.
Well, I'll reiterate. You see the clock running. It will run for the duration of the game. And we'll see which way both coaches handle this running clock situation. How much they keep their initial starting lineups in this football game. I know one thing. Montini wants a shutout. I mean, that's a bottom line, just from a pride factor, not because they're on the score, but their defense, they compare it to the 18 team, and they said, we can't talk about it till we win something. Well, I think they could start talking about the comparison of who has the best defense in the history of the school.
Well, and Benny Camper with the carry up the middle. He was joined in the backfield that time by Daniel Moore. And we see some different players entering into the ball game for Monticello. Jake Robinson is in the game. He'll split wide to the right. Inside of him is Foreign. Benny Camper again, straight ahead, is able to squirt through. He's going to get across the 40. He got to about the 43-yard line, and another first down. Well, this is where it becomes kind of tricky, right, for coaches. You say, I want to get other people into the ballgame, but boy, that clock runs fast.
And I'll tell you what, Benny Camper, he just continues to impress in every way, shape, and form. And the biggest thing he's doing, competing some more.
Tight formation here for the Sages. Benny Camper straight up the middle again. They found something there. He'll get to the 50. That's a gain of about 6.
Hunter Romano 11, the lead blocker there. So that bunch set, that's all the numbers game on offense. Can we get more hats to the defense than they can get to the football? If I find a numbers advantage, I'm going to keep going at it. And, you know, different offenses, good offenses, you can run the same play, different way. What I mean by that is same play, but you just show different looks, right? Different eye candy, different formations.
This time the handoff to Coy Williams. Williams, a junior. We see some underclassmen into this game for Monticello.
Coy Williams, a 3.5 yard per carry on the year, 1 touchdown rushing. Again, a team that doesn't hang their hat on running the football. They usually just let Ike Young throw it around.
We've not seen Young here in the second half. It's been Benny Camper all the way. Benny Camper tries to scoot to the outside. Is able to stumble forward. Tripped up there by Vince Arion. There's a penalty flag right at the line of scrimmage.
Coley Welter's team continues to compete.
Still be third down.
So it's going to be a manageable third down. Now becomes a long third down. Back to the 42-yard line. Clock still running, of course, with 40 seconds to play in the third quarter. We had one running clock in our 2A game. The clock is moving. The final 30 seconds of this third quarter. 4A championship ball game will start at 7 o'clock. Benny Camper over the middle. Foreign is there, makes the grab. Right on the money. Foreign runs such great patterns. Finds himself open for a first down.
Great pitch and catch on a deep post. Planted his foot at about the 45-yard line. And was hit right on the hands, on time, on target by Benny Camper. Exactly after his break. Watch his eyes downfield. Steps up. Look at right out of the break. He gets the ball over the linebacker right in front of the safety to move the sticks.
That's 3 complete quarters in the books. Touchdown here in the third quarter starts the running clock. It's 42-0 Broncos.
Tired of the same old routine? Ready for a career that's always changing? In the roofing trades, every day is a new adventure. Learn a skilled trade, earn competitive wages, enjoy great benefits and solid opportunities for career advancement. With starting wages and benefits above $50 per hour, you can earn while you learn. So, are you ready to climb to new heights? Learn and join the roofing trades today.
On behalf of our 12,000 members, I want to congratulate all the athletes in today's competition. I am Don Finn, the business manager of IBW Local 134, representing the unionized electricians of Chicago and Cook County. Local 134 offers you more than just a job. It offers you a career. Our future is brighter than ever. From building solar fields to constructing data centers to shaping Chicago's skyline. Join the most diverse workforce in the building trades. Building careers, building the future. IBW Local 134.
Tomorrow, I'll be making a difference in the classroom. Tonight, I'll be making memories with the dance team.
I'm expressing myself with my poetry and with my hands.
I'm providing for my patients and for my community.
At NIU, you'll go places as unique as you, with the resources and support to get you there. Join us and start writing your story today.
Is college not what you thought it was going to be? Here's an opportunity to work with your hands as well as your mind. Learn how to insulate mechanical systems in the industrial and commercial industries. With the Heat and Frost Insulators Local 17, you get to earn while you learn through our apprenticeship program. After 5 years, you'll finish with no debt, money in the bank, and you'll be on your way towards a pension. Scan the QR code and apply today, or visit our website to learn more.
Number 13, right there next to that wall, is C.J. Harkins. He's got a couple of touchdowns, a second one our Menards Play of the Game, and it is time for that Menards Play of the Game. Save big money on all your home improvement needs.
A little smoke route. He did the rest to the tune of 77-0. His second touchdown of the night. He's got 4 the last 2 weeks. He is going to go home tonight a state champion. And he's going to go home a very recruitable athlete, just a junior. Got all the tools at 6'2", 180. Great hands, great vision, great ability to make plays or yards after the catch and even after contact with that size.
You know, I look at the Monticello crowd below us as we come to you from Illinois State University. How about ISU? They qualified for the playoffs. This would have been a home game for the 12th ranked Redbirds. However, in this weekend, the commitment was made to the IHSA. Brock Spack, the head coach for Illinois State University, said this is where the high school playoffs should be. We will go on the road. Benny Camper, play action. They're going to screen left side. Right there. Montini defense, that's what makes them so difficult. Once again, it's Vince Arion. Well-designed play, well covered by Arion.
Vince Arion stayed right at home and made the play because he stayed where he was supposed to be. Didn't get fooled by the motion to the other side. Vince and Nick, brothers, both compete very well on the defensive side. Vince, one of their captains.
Loss on the play will bring up a 2nd down and 15. Bennicamper looking right all the way as it complete. Jake Robinson, and then he cannot handle it. Robinson was wide open, but again, you cannot minimize the weather conditions here tonight. This is as cold as it's been for a state finals game in years.
And we've had some cold ones. You know, it's amazing. You think year by year by year that the times we've been at state finals, I remember some cold nights. I remember some times where, where we have our sport coats off because it's, 55, 58 degrees, open windows, and you see the full gamut in the state of Illinois.
Of course, the finals very late this year, the 29th of November, just the IHSA calendar twisting a little bit.
Latest ever.
3rd and long, and a flag is thrown as Bennicamper heads to the left. Driven down, let's check out the flag after a short pickup. Bennicamper has not left the field today. Punts, defensive back. He's been a receiver, a quarterback here tonight for the Sages.
One of our keys to the game for Montini was create a crowd. We meant by that how many people can surround the football. Come to the party. Bring your hat to the party. And there are 3 and 4 every time there's a ball carrier.
We got legal formation on the offense. Decline. 4th down.
Yeah, the skill players on the Monticello side of the field all check their wristbands. No real plan to punt here, and why should there be? On 4th down and 12. Monticello will run another play. Foreign double covered, and that one's picked off from the 15-yard line. Max Bell with it. Bell put down on the play. He has the interception return. The tackle made by Keegan Greenarch.
That was a hitch and go pattern, and that's a tough one on 4th and 12 because you're playing back anyway, right? You're playing a little bit softer. But a great interception play in center field by the safety.
That's Max Bell, 6 foot, 180-pound senior. He gets the pick off, the first interception of the night. Then Montini will get the ball back when we come back.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can know, from player to coach, from the ground to the sky.
So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of Salukis. Capture this moment and go forward together.
All right, let's
Let's go. I'll shop for the kids, and you get something for the dog.
Sounds good. Let's do this.
Whether you're shopping for gifts or something for yourself.
Don't forget toys for the dog.
Rush in for Black Friday deals at Menards that everyone will love. Because when they're gone, they're gone.
Save big money at Menards.
Big offensive night for the Broncos, but it's time to choose our player of the game, and it's brought to you by Country Financial. Visit countryfinancial.com to experience more. Mark, who do you have?
How about Izzy Abrams, a fine quarterback. Look at his use his feet downfield. He's looking for his eyes, but then he decides to tuck it. Makes a good run, finds the end zone. Almost, but he'll get there to the tune of 4 touchdowns accounted for. Naked boot right there. This is the one. Watch his strength. Just not being denied. Spinning that ball into the end zone. There's his one rushing touchdown. He's got 3 with his rifle of an arm. This one, move. Avoid some contact. Eyes stay downfield. Shoulders get square. Ball gets delivered on time. Taking a hit, but moving the chains. Montini has been so efficient offensively. And Izzy Abrams, just a sophomore. He's opened some eyes. He hadn't already. 10 out of 16, 225 yards. Total TDs 4 touchdowns accounted for last week. He is going to be a big-time player. He already is.
The quarterback for him is Gaetano Carbonara. As we said, those two split time earlier in the season. Early in the season, Montini started 2-2, wins over Hyde Park and Hillcrest, then back-to-back losses against Marist and Fenwick. But Mike Bukowski, head coach, said, you know what? We played those teams tough. We knew we were going to be successful.
Well, Montini had a players-only meeting after the Fenwick game, and they think that's the one that turned themselves around when the players decided what their goals were to focus on.
Flag thrown during this run, the run that goes to about the 44-yard line. Peterson will get the call once again. Given where this was thrown, it may be coming back. In fact, the Montini offense indicates as much.
Got a holding by number 1 from the offense. Spotted a foul, 10 yards. It'll be second down.
Once again, we'll remind you that once Montini scored and got over that 40-point difference in the third quarter, that clock has continued to run. So if you've noticed that down in the corner, that's been going on since the latter portion of the third quarter, and that will continue to run. And a flag tossed before we get things started, and that clock continues to roll with
Number 78 on the defense. 5-yard penalty, it'll be first down.
The officiating crew gave a number, but it could have been 2 or 3 people. There was a lot of white shirts jumping right on the cadence of a new quarterback.
That's enough for a first down. Carbonaro will get the handoff. Looking to get to the outside is Florio. Santino Florio reverses course. He makes a cut, tripped up maybe by his own man. Oh, man, he was gone.
He wanted the house. He couldn't get the front door, though. Oh, my goodness, what great balance he showed all the way down the field. Just a little bit of a jet sweep. What a playmaker he is. See the smile on his face. Trying to watch himself up on the scoreboard right now.
He will.
Got tripped up by his own man.
Isaiah Mason. Those guys will have a conversation afterwards.
Mason tried to block for him downfield, instead tackled him.
The keeper, Carbonara, nothing to the left, nothing to the middle. He'll be dropped for a loss. And who makes that tackle? Number 5, Nolan Bennycamper. What a ball game he has had.
Oh, my goodness. Everything. We'll see a guy next game, Trimble, that does everything. Bennycamper's their answer for the Sages.
Well, Nolan Bennycamper, we saw him come out and play quarterback here in the second half. Very effective there. Tonight on defense, 10 tackles for the junior.
Yeah, he is their number 1 tackler on the year. He's got 2 forced fumbles, 2 interceptions, 88 tackles as we speak. That's on the defensive side, on top of everything he does on offense.
Carbonaro to keep it again. Forces his way up the middle. He'll drive, and Benny Camper is going to get credit for at least an assist on that tackle. You don't think this unit that's out there offensively wants to put another score on the board?
Justifiably so. No, they're not playing any kind of tempo. They're not hurrying up. And obviously, they're going to try to push the ball whenever they can, and letting the snap clock work for them.
That north end zone where Montini is headed, we see DePaul College prep players making their way out of the football building. It's on the northeast corner of Hancock Stadium. Florio in the backfield. He takes a hit, keeps going, spins. Florio is in for a touchdown. 13-yard touchdown run, so he gets his TD. He thought he had one moments ago. He'll get this one, a 13-yarder for Florio.
Oh, yards after contact. They listed him at $145, but he took a hit, what, about the 7 or 8 yard line? Spun off that, didn't come down. Watch him come into your screen right downhill. There's a hit, spin, no. Hit again, spin, no. What great balance. And a nose for the end zone against that diminutive Dynamo at 5'7", 145.
And with that, 7 touchdowns, 7 extra points, 49-0. 4:17 to play in his 4A championship game, and we'll be back.
Coughing and throat feeling sore? We've got medication to get you out the door. Earache, pink eye, bug bite, or rash? Our wonderful staff will treat you in a flash.
What about sprains, strains, and minor fractures too?
Don't worry, our x-rays reveal what's hidden from view. Need care after 9, 10, or 11? Our virtual care's got you 24/7. OSF on-call urgent care, in person or virtual, we're always there.
We're going to need more fuel. A renewable way to get that fuel instead of relying on foreign countries for petroleum. We can just grow our own fuel. Our fields are literally full of energy.
The IHSA Football State Championships are brought to you in part by Country Financial. Worry less and feel more confident with insurance designed to meet your specific needs. Visit countryfinancial.com to experience more today.
Third game we've had here today where the winning team will have scored over 40 points. There have been stars abound here. First of all, in 1A, we start in the morning. Dier Hill Jr. Here he is, headed to Oregon, but he headed the end zone 7 times in that 1A championship game. Won by Althoff. He goes over the 400-yard mark. And then Kenny Jager for Chicago Christian. He leads them to a 47-0 victory over Maroa Forsyth. Jager shaking tackles, powering his way through Chicago Christian. First state championship in school history, thanks to number 20.
Oh, we have seen some fine skill position backs here today and tonight. Now, you kidding me? 7 touchdowns in that 57-14 win. That is absolutely crazy. Chicago Christian just with a blitzkrieg. Jager, you mentioned his ability to get to the end zone. Chicago Christian surprised a lot of people. Maroa Forsyth has a really, really fine football team with tradition. Chicago Christian just controlled that game from its onset.
Ball kicked deep, but a chance for a return. Carter Foran will head to the outside. Has that sideline. If he can get there, can't quite scoot through there. It was Nick Arion. Will run him out of bounds. Monticello will have about 4 minutes to put some points on the board. This stays current score, at least with a 0 on the Monticello side. Be the first shutout in the 3A championship game since 2017. And that's when IC Catholic defeated Pleasant Plains 35-0 And you saw the score from our 2A game, 47-0 win for Chicago Christian. And that game combined with this one, if we hold up with a shutout, the last time back-to-back state title games had shutouts in back-to-back scores. Back-to-back games came in 2004. It was 5A and 6A when Joliet Catholic and Providence each claimed those shutout victories. And Mark, I have to tell you, I did not know that off the top of my head. I did not have that in my notes.
No, but I know who did.
It's my best left-hand man here, Nick Pinto, our statistician, that feeds us that.
There's nothing that Nick doesn't know.
Whether it's football or basketball, I love having Nick just to my left. It's always so comforting. Within arm's reach.
Feeding info.
Clock still running as they're trying to get things set on the field. So no penalty on the play. And we will play on first down. Ball at the 43-yard line now after that pickoff. And some Monticello fans were questioning why that clock was running the whole time. Well,
it's been running since the third quarter.
Yes, it has. 40-point difference, and it runs. We saw that now in back-to-back games. Coming up next, Mount Zion and DePaul College Prep. Mount Zion making his first appearance ever in the state finals, first appearance ever in the semis for Mount Zion, the Braves. Carter Foran with yet another catch. You know, I'm so impressed with this guy. Carter Foran, 5'8", 140. All he does is get open and catch the ball.
School record coming in, 1,730 yards receiving yards.
He has
20 touchdowns, my goodness.
He has 8 catches tonight. He came in with over 1,700 yards receiving on the season, putting those receiving records out of reach. Benny Camper in trouble. He gets a big block in the backfield. He'll get it to Brown. But give credit to Landon Carlisle for the big block in the backfield. Folks aren't too happy about the conclusion of that play.
Got a personal foul on number 80 on the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
And that's why Sages fans not too crazy as we come up on 1 minute to play.
You know, the Sages have been playing football for 110 years. They have 618 wins. You talk about tradition around that community.
Under a minute to play in your 4A or your 3A championship game. 4A to follow. Benny Camper looking for Foran. He takes a hit. He's up in the air. And Monticello will look to get back to the line in a hurry, and timeout is called, and that will stop the clock with 38 seconds to play.
Really nice play in the defensive secondary. Grant Kiger went up and made that play. Grant Kiger, as Monticello trying to get on the board, and that's exactly what they should be doing. Willie Wilcher teaching his team. Play the last play. Play till the clock runs out. He's in there instructing his team. You wouldn't know if it was 49-0 or 7-0 right now, the way he's in that huddle with his team, exhorting them. And on the other side, Mike Bukowski, I think he's a little bit relaxed by now.
The temperatures are about 20 degrees. I'm not sure whether they have water, Gatorade on that far sideline, but I'd pull that stocking cap down a little tighter. There you go.
You think he's going to get it, huh?
I think he thinks he's going to get it.
Yeah.
Benny Camper looking deep off the deflection. Foran has it, and he's in for the touchdown. How about that? How appropriate. The Carter Foran is the right man in the right spot. So the shutout is wiped out. And tonight's fourth quarter touchdown brought to you by Southern Illinois University Carbondale. Imagine the possibilities.
How about the old tip drill you work on in practice all year long? That ball was hit and had an opportunity to be picked off by 2 different Broncos. Watch the deflection come into your screen right there. There's the first chance. There's the second chance. And the third time's a charm. Except this time, it goes for a touchdown for Carter Foran.
His 9th reception results in the score, so those shutout records will remain intact. No shutout here tonight in this one. Looking for a 2-point conversion, and let's see, forward progress says yes. You know what was fun about that Foran touchdown was obviously the little ricochet, but then the reaction of his offensive teammates when he scored.
I think they have been tremendously involved in this football game. It shows the kind of program they have, the kind of leadership they have. They continue to fight literally to the last 30 seconds. You know what? Usually say coaches will show that one on film. I don't think Coach Bukowski will bother showing that one on film. I think he's got enough to celebrate without breaking down what could have happened on that play.
That 2-point conversion run in by Quan Nugent. You know, as I look below us on the Monticello sideline, the offensive line was celebrating with their fans and their cheerleaders right there in front. That was excellent. This could very well be the last play of the game because that clock will start up. Once again, it stops on timeouts and on touchdowns, on scores. This ball will be put in play.
And Montini will start their celebration.
The kick will come to the 9-yard line. JoJo James, there's an opening to the outside. He'll cut back in, down to the 45-yard line. Montini, 3 runner-up finishes, the last coming in Class 5A in 2018. Here in 2024, the Broncos to claim the state championship, the 7th in school history, the first under head coach Mike Bukowski. And he finally gets it. Now that's unique. Rather than being on the sidelines, they come and chase him down.
And that one felt not very good. It felt real good. He won it as a defensive coordinator before, but as a head coach, state championship for the Broncos in a state championship type of performance. All facets of the game. Scored on their very first drive, scored early and often. 5 drives in the first half that were of the explosive variety, I think, and none of them more than 5 plays. A couple of them 2 plays, and they just were on fire from an offensive standpoint, and their defense was all it was promoted to be. They are oh so tough in their front 7. Just a complete football team.
Your 3A champions, the Broncos from Montini Catholic High School. Their head coach, Mike Bukowski, going to get a little bit wet. Yeah, you're not going to outrun them, Coach. Congratulations to the Broncos. Back with the awards ceremony after this.
The IHSA Football State Championships are brought to you in part by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs. And by SIU Carbondale. Imagine the possibilities.
You know what it's like to watch a winning team. Now it's your turn to be a part of one. The Illinois State Police is recruiting for our next cadet classes, and you could be our MVP. Protect the public, help those in need, and make a lasting impact in your community. Our mission, your future, higher purpose, higher pay. Starting pay is at $90,000 with incredible benefits package, including a take-home squad car, tuition reimbursement, paid leave, and more. Join the team that makes a difference. Apply today at IllinoisTrooper.com.
Want a great career? Join the Carpenters Union and be part of the next generation building our communities. With the Carpenters Union Career Connections program, high school students get a head start on the industry's leading curriculum. Learn the latest in construction technology and the many skilled crafts the Carpenters Union represents. Plus, earn as you learn. Receive a nice paycheck, health insurance benefits, and best of all, no college debt. Ask your school district to participate in the Career Connections program and get started on your future.
Epic Black Friday deals at Menards are back. Pick up this 12-volt cordless drill kit for only $9.99. Get a dual-head LED work light with tripod for just $14.99. Secure big savings on a 4-pack ratchet strap set, now just $4.97. Or snag these giant 54-inch snow tubes for only $9.99 each. Hurry in for best selection. Don't miss out. These deals won't last long.
Save big money at Menards.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can go from player to coach, from the ground to the sky. So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of Salukis. Capture this moment and go forward together.
Here with our winning head coach from Montini, Mike Bukowski. Coach, you got the Gatorade bath. How cold are you right now?
A little colder than the game started, but it was worth it. Our boys did a super job today. I'm very proud of them.
They say act like you've been here before. You have been here before, but what did your team prove here tonight?
Well, we challenged them all year, and these seniors are such a special group. 2-3 years ago, we struggled, and a lot of people were in their ear. They stayed the course. They stayed here. A lot of their former teammates bailed on us and left or quit or whatever. And these guys, I'm so proud of them. This is such a tight-knit group. This is one of the most tight-knit groups I've ever had. And they proved that they could overcome that and bring us back to where we wanted to be.
Quite a couple of state championships under your belt. You hear the crowd and the city cheering behind you. 17 total, 7 with this program. Your first one as a head coach. What feels different about this one?
Well, this one feels really great. I was fortunate enough to coach with Chris Andriano. I was his defensive coordinator for 27 years, and we won 6 titles together. We got here in 2018 when I was head coach, and we lost, not here, but Champaign, lost a tough game. And so this is really nice, but really it's about the kids. It's just about them coming back. They felt a lot of pressure the last 2 years about not living up to a Montini standard, and now they have.
Coach, thank you so much. We'll bring in Izzy Abrams right now. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Izzy, congratulations. How you doing? Thanks for waiting for us. Hey, listen, you had 3 touchdowns, but it was a team effort that contributed to this dominant win. What did you think really stood out about your group here tonight?
Well, definitely the hard work. What stood out today was the result of what we put in during the summer. It started in the winter of, team workouts at 6 a.m., Zoom meetings at 7 a.m., summer workouts starting at 8 a.m., practice till 3 a.m., staying at the field all day, extra film after, So this is what you get based off the summer and the winter work.
A 12-win season for you guys, and you're only a sophomore. You got a lot of more football left to play. What do you think you proved, though, with this big win?
All glory goes to God, Nothing, I couldn't do it without my Lord Jesus Savior Christ, but I couldn't do it without the fellas back there, They always push me every day. I don't care if they like me, didn't like me, they still have my back regardless. They were there for me whenever I needed them. I didn't carry anybody, they carried me, offensive line, big shout out to the offensive line. They protected me the whole game and throughout the season. Big shout out to the receivers. They got to the spots, they got open. Defense making stops here and there. It's a whole team effort. It's just not a one-man job.
I love it. You're praising everybody. Go celebrate with your team. Congratulations. All right, we'll send it now to the trophy ceremony. They waited long enough.
Representing Monticello High School, Superintendent Adam Clapp, Principal Travis Corson, Athletic Director Dan Sheehan, Coach Cullen Welter, and the captains of Monticello. A special medallion will be presented to the administrators, and individual awards will be presented to Coach Welter and his team captains. And now the second place trophy will be presented to the Sages of Monticello, who finished the season with a final record of 11 wins and 3 losses. And now for the championship presentation, representing Montini Catholic is President Kevin Byrne, Principal Chris Turatelli, Athletic Director Brian Casey, Coach Mike Bukowski, and the captains of Montini. A special medallion is presented to the administrators, and individual awards will be presented to Coach Bukowski and his team captains. Now this year's state championship Class 3A team trophy is presented to the Broncos of Montini, who finished the season with a final record of 12 wins and 2 losses. Ladies and gentlemen,
this year's Montini seniors, when they were freshmen and sophomores, the varsity record was 3-6 in each of those 2 years. Then last year, a heartbreaking loss in the semifinals to Byron. They eventually defeated Byron this year. And Mark, not only did they come here, not only did they win a state championship, but boy, did they do it in convincing fashion.
Well, it's one of those situations where you believe in the process, right? You have a couple of off years, and Coach talked about that with Casey, and then you bounce back. It starts in the off season, it starts in the weight room, it starts with film, it starts with leadership. They had all of those things. They got that big play in the semifinal, and then they catapulted that into this run, and they were about as impressive could be here tonight.
49-8 is your final score. Montini over Monticello. There's your Class 3A state champions. Let's head now to the studio with Marshall Harris and Edgy Tim O'Halloran.
All right, Dave, Mark, thank you very much. A day of dominance continues with 3A. This has been the story. Final score 49-8 in favor of Montini, and they got the job done against Monticello. The average score today through 3 games, by the way, Edgy, 51-7.
Look at you whipping out your math. Very good, very good. Yeah, it's been a day of dominance for sure. Impressive individual performances, no question. We've seen that. Got to feel good for Montini and Coach Boo. A program that 3-4 years ago, as he mentioned, they were down. They weren't used to that at Montini, and there were some questions, but Coach Boo hung in there, stuck with his guns, and made a couple of changes, and here they are holding the state title trophy. So good for them. Good for Montini.
It's their first state championship since 2015. That's when they won it in 6A, and certainly after some down years, they have gotten back to the mountaintop.
Yeah, they have, and you look at that team, and yeah, they're going to lose some graduation pieces, but a lot of young players back, led by Izzy Abrams. Again, you want a sophomore quarterback with a state title under his belt and 2 more years of high school. That's a little frightening to think about.
Izzy Abrams did not play like a sophomore, and then in the post-game interview with Casey, did not sound like a sophomore. He'll be back at it next year trying to defend that title. We are going to get you ready for one more game today. It's 4A up next, right now basking in the glow of a Montini 49-8 win.
Ashley's Black Friday deals continue this weekend. Today through Monday, shop incredible doorbusters starting at just $1.99. Plus, take 25% off your entire purchase. The best Black Friday furniture deals are only at Ashley.
Tired of the same old routine? Ready for a career that's always changing? In the roofing trades, every day is a new adventure. Learn a skilled trade, earn competitive wages, enjoy great benefits and solid opportunities for career advancement. With starting wages and benefits above $50 per hour, you can earn while you learn. So, are you ready to climb to new heights? Learn and join the roofing trades today.
On behalf of our 12,000 members, I want to congratulate all the athletes in today's competition. I am Don Finn, the business manager of IBW Local 134, representing the unionized electricians of Chicago and Cook County. Local 134 offers you more than just a job. It offers you a career. Our future is brighter than ever. From building solar fields to constructing data centers to shaping Chicago's skyline. Join the most diverse workforce in the building trades. Building careers, building the future. IBW Local 134.
87.7 MeTV FM is Chicago's radio goldmine.
Tune in now for our mind-blowing musical variety of timeless and memorable music from the Carpenters, Elton John, Simon and Garfunkel, Billy Joel, Diana Ross and the Supremes, Carole King, James Taylor, and hundreds more. Listen at home, at work, or in the car. Set your dial today to Chicago's 87.7 MeTV FM.
Ashley's Black Friday deals continue this weekend. Now through Monday, shop incredible doorbusters starting at just $1.99. Plus, get the best prices on Ashley products guaranteed. The best Black Friday furniture deals are only at Ashley.
And then there was one more championship game to play on this Friday. 3 games down, 1 to go. Welcome to our IHSA studios alongside Edgy, Tim O'Halloran. I'm Marshall Harris, and we're coming off another big dominant win, 49-8 in favor of Montini Catholic over Monticello. Certainly a game in which one team looked overmatched early, often, and it never really corrected course, if you will.
You just didn't see that big break for Monticello. They have a nice gain or two, and they just couldn't take advantage or couldn't push forward. Obviously, give Montini's defense a lot of credit in that regard as well. But again, it's one of the themes we're seeing here is we talk about O-line and D-line and dominance, and that is what we've seen. And I'm very interested to see how we go into this final game, if that is going to be the storyline as well. So again, we talked about the weather. We've been talking about it all day, and it is a storyline. There's no question. Who will it impact? It might impact both teams in the next game. We'll see, and we'll see which team can adjust to it easily and hopefully the best way to get them a trophy later on tonight.
The Broncos bigger, stronger, faster. Let's show you the highlights of just how they ran away with this one, pick it up in the first quarter. They had the ball at their own 47, but this was a theme in the first half. C.J. Harkins on the edge from Abrams, and, well, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, these screen passes have been highly effective. You throw it out in the flat, and with the skill players, they get it done.
And then more from Harkins. He did on the right side. Why not on the left? It's called balance.
Yeah, it's called balance. And, again, he's a terrific receiver. Just breaks a tackle. You get him one-on-one. He's hard to stop.
So it's 35-0 with 5 minutes left in the game. Here's what Abrams did the best. Pressure, what pressure? Dancing to create space and to create a completion.
Yeah, do you think this will lead off his highlight tape for next year? I think it probably will. Really impressive play.
And you saw JoJo James unable to score there on that catch, but that's okay because he's the one who delivers the final blow. Montini into the state championship with a big 49-8 win. And this was not only just one-sided in the terms of the final score, but you look at the stats up and down. They held Monticello to 2 of 11 on third down.
Yeah.
It was just one of those games where every time you looked up, it seemed like Monticello was in trouble.
Well, and it's a Monticello team that every single game this season, their offense have just gotten it done. And you know, Ike Young, a big part of that, and they were able to limit. You saw that he would try to run a quarterback keeper, clogged up, everything up the middle, had nowhere to execute. And again, that's a big difference. You don't see that kind of defense day in and day out. I don't care what class you're in. That was just a really great effort on really all 3 phases for Montini.
To your point, the Sages came in averaging 36.2 points per contest, held to single digits in this one. And then when they got on defense, they could not stop the explosive plays. Take a look at what the Broncos were running at them all day. It was coming in different variations, but most of the time it was the same result.
Yeah, and again, it's just really great individual effort there. Just refusing to stop, refusing to get down, and here's the big fella again. He bounces off tacklers. You've got to hit him low. You hit him low or you're not going to stop him. Simple as that.
Jeremiah Peterson, he's the guy you're talking about. He gets this catch. That's his only catch of the game. Went for 49 yards all the way to the house. Meanwhile, 13 carries, 134 yards, and a touchdown on the ground as well. And would you say physics?
Physics. You know, I might have been there that day in class. Probably one of the only days I paid attention, but physics is definitely winning out tonight. Again, just a big size advantage up front, and Montini used it to their full advantage, and they're holding the state title.
Izzy Abrams, 10 of 16 passing, 225 yards, 3 touchdowns. Then on the ground, he also has 5 carries, 59 yards, and a score that way, too.
He's just warming up. I mean, he really is just warming up. And you see him in person. He's going to get bigger. He's going to get stronger, and his game's just going to continue to improve. He's already got a Division I offer from Iowa State. I think a lot more are going to follow over the next year or two.
All right, we'll see where he ends up in a couple of years, but that's the point. He's got a couple of years to figure things out. First, he's got a state title now to defend as his team finishes at 12-2 on the season. As far as Monticello, where do they go from here?
Well, again, this is an incredibly successful program. It's not like this is their first time there. And again, you have a great staff and a great town and support. They're going to put this behind them. They're going to get back to work. They're going to find a new quarterback. Is a young going to play baseball at Illinois. They'll find a new quarterback. They do every year, and they'll turn around. They're going to win a ton of games next year. That's how you handle it. You go back to work.
I know what you're thinking. It's getting late. Time to hit the showers. Well, for some people, yes. Some people being one Mike Bukowski as he gets his first state title as a head coach in this one. For us, though, we've got one more game to tell you about. 4A is on the way. Mount Zion to College Prep on the way.
You know what it's like to watch a winning team. Now it's your turn to be a part of one.